What's up, everybody? Jeff here, and we're back for some more Through the Breach. Just in case you don't know the drill, in this series we play through all of the pre-written adventures for Through the Breach that have been put out by Weird over the years. And this time around we're playing the adventure Cold Front from Weird Chronicles number 21. This happens to be one of my favorites. It's really good. So I'm going to be the Fate Master, and the players are going to be people from the community who have expressed interest in playing Through the Breach. So if you'd be interested in joining us for a game, then hop on over to the Discord, check out the announcements tab for all the details there. Everybody's welcome. You don't have to have any experience, just have a mic and be able to run Vassal on your computer. We have a whole bunch of people who have been playing in the series so far, but I do give priority access to my patrons, so if you're really excited to play and you want to get into more sessions, then consider heading over to the Patreon and supporting the channel there. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel while you're here, and with that, let's jump into the session. And we'll start by having everybody introduce themselves. Aimless.
Alright, I am playing Alex Hughes, the engineer/doctor. He's your typical filthy-looking engineer. Seems done with everyone's shit. And I have nothing to plug here, so that's it for me.
All right, Calder.
I'll be playing Spicer Leverton, a private investigator. Has been working with the Eclipse Agency for a bit now. He's sort of like 5'10", dark hair, dark suit, very well dressed in comparison, very well put together. He's got one gray eye and one light blue eye, and very pretty reserved as a person.
Cool. And Ella?
Hello, I am Miss Ella. I am Salmonella in person, and you can find me outside of the Discord on Instagram at salmonella_68. Come check me out over there. You'll see more of who I am, and I am playing Miss Ella here. This is her second mission with the detective agency. Mind you, her first one wasn't from the agency. We were just it was just a shopping trip. Ella looks like she is one of the star theater girls, but on a budget. She's got her friend who is even more on a budget behind her, helping them with her bags, and Disson, and her last name is Terry. Well, hi guys. I love to see you guys again. Thank you very much for having me a part of this, and mwah.
Awesome. And Turtle?
Hi, I'm Turtle Club 13 from over at Byclass Gladiator Games on eBay. Today I'm playing a new character. I'm playing Draven Stoker, who is a 5'6", kind of slim build, thinning blue hair, older man with piercing blue eyes that he makes way too much eye contact. He is dressed in a tweed jacket with a leather briefcase. He has a camera and takes a lot of photographs. He's here doing as a freelance photographer to kind of write a fluff piece for the Tattler about Eclipse.
Oh, he's a spy is what you're saying.
He's a sympathizer, but not for who you think.
All right, fair enough.
Interesting.
Cool. So this week, the crew has been sent out on a little bit of an unusual mission. Rather than the typical type of fare that you'd usually engage in, you've been asked to go to the first trip on a new rail line that has been opening up. The owner, Harold Beecham, has some friends at the consulting company, and they basically just needed some butts and seats. It's a little bit of a to-do in high society, and they basically wanted more people to show up to kind of celebrate and have a little bit of fanfare around this inaugural trip of this train that's going to be running from Malifaux City up to Ridley. So it's half a job and half a bit of a pleasure trip that you all are going to be going on.
That's kind of nice.
So at this point, the four of you have made it up to Malifaux Station, and you are standing outside you're standing on the platform of the train station, just waiting for your appointment, which is in a few minutes.
Is that when the train arrives?
Yeah.
All right, I'll ready my camera.
I'll kind of check my pocket watch to see if I'd assume the train is pretty much run on time, so kind of like trying to see and tell them when to get ready to take the picture.
I'm just leaning against my bot, trying not to fall asleep.
I will come up behind Spicer and be like, "Hey, did we get paid for our run before?
He sort
They
of
left it with any money back."
um he sort of like takes a pause. He's like, I didn't get any money, and just like makes a mental note of like not having got paid from the last job.
You are getting paid.
Oh, okay. We're getting
What?
paid. What's the rate for this job? We're
It's a free
not
trip,
doing this. No.
probably. You got. Hmm. I mean, out of character, like, was payment like involved? I mean, or is it just like a fancy free ride, basically?
No, the idea is that you get a salary like a normal paycheck, but
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
it's hand waved away. It's what you're using to pay for life expenses. The
Yeah, that
the
makes
money you
sense.
get, the spending money that you get is just whatever extra money you make on the job.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Above the table. I was just trying to get some money out of it.
That's fair. And he sort of talks about, I mean, consider it like a nice look at the wonders that the rest of Malifaux has to offer.
Thanks, John Spicer.
He picks up on the sarcasm, but does not respond to it.
So Draven is going to walk over to Ella and be like, stare directly into her eyes and be like, "My, you do have a face for a camera, don't you?"
Five scripts.
Oh,
My
that'd be
rate's a
good.
5 script a shoot. You can take as many pictures as you want. 5 script.
I will consider this. Mayhaps we can work together in the future.
10 script and you can get any amount of clothing.
Oh snap!
Oh shit.
Mhm.
All right, so as that conversation is going down, a light dusting of snow has settled over the train station as the gathered crowd awaits the arrival of a new luxury train making its first trip to the northern boomtown of Ridley. The interest of the crowd spikes as the telltale plume of smoke announces the arrival of an impressive metal colossus with the name Vigilance emblazoned on its side in bright red. After the train hisses to a halt, an almost comically short man exits the front dining car, one hand in his tweed jacket pocket, the other holding a pocket watch that has been polished to a shine. The man is flanked by two much larger men, obviously bodyguards of some sort. He holds up his free hand to silence the crowd and speaks. I'd like to thank y'all for coming to the first of what will undoubtedly be many trips of the Beecham Luxury Travel Lines. I, Harold R. Beecham, will be personally joining you on this inaugural run to ensure that your travel experience lives up to the quality of the Beecham name. As the crowd around you responds with some polite applause, a cold gust of wind blows through the station, forcing people to pull their coats just a little tighter around them. And that's actually the end of the prologue already. So,
Okay, that was you weren't kidding. That was fast.
yeah.
Ray's here. Let's go.
So we draw our cheating hands.
Yeah, so you're going to draw 3 unless you have a trick to draw 4.
Ta-da!
Oh,
And then
interesting.
everybody will choose their pursuit if they haven't already.
Yeah, I think it'll be Doctor this time.
Shuffle.
I'll stick to Boogeyman because I mean I want to get some of the fancier talents like at some point, so I just have to stick to it. I don't have to, but yeah.
I don't realize how important a doctor is.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get the photo of the train?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll take a picture of the guy giving the speech.
Can I? I mean, is he sort of is the guy who came out of the train sort of waving everybody in, or is it possible to just sort of have a quick conversation, or is it?
Yeah, so after he gives his little spiel, there's a handful of people standing around. He sort of starts kind of schmoozing with the crowd and chatting with people, especially some folks who look like they might be well-to-do. You also notice that his bodyguards seem to be sort of staring some people down. They seem to be like looking around, trying to maybe see if there's anybody who's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
A handful of people have started moving some like luggage onto the train and boarding. But the departure time of the train isn't for another 20 minutes or so you got some time.
Really just picturing Alex wrestling with one of those attendants to make sure they don't load his robot in cargo.
I mean, they might try to, but Spicer will just sort of like introduce himself because I mean we have gotten the invitation to I guess sort of experience like have the experience, right?
Yeah.
He'll just sort of introduce himself and hand over his business card as a private investigator, sort of saying, of course, ideally you will never need my services, but if you're ever interested in having another eye on the train, that sort of thing, I'm very flexible.
Yeah, when you approach, he's gonna. You notice the bodyguards kind of eye you up, but the gentleman, Mr. Beecham, will give you a wide smile and shake your hand. Ah, one of the Eclipse boys, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Great to have you here. I think you guys are going to really enjoy your first ride on our train here.
Not all Eclipse members are men. Thank you.
It's true. He sort of looks up at he's just making small talk, kind of like looking at the train, saying, "What? That's a magnificent machine. It's brand new, right?"
Yeah, it's my pride and joy.
Hmm.
Hoping she's going to bring in quite a bit of money for our company here, and he gives a hearty laugh. Ella, did you also approach him or no?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, okay.
I'm also going to approach.
I'm so busy fighting the attendants for my butt.
I'm gonna pull out my my journal and a pen and start asking a few just rudimentary questions, like how long has this have you been working on this train? How long has your company been around? And just general questions about the history of the train and him as a person.
Okay, so as Alex is fighting with the baggage handlers, he is going to notice a tall man dressed not especially well for this crowd. It's most of the people here tend to be on the wealthier side. Maybe not super rich, but
So he stands out in a way?
he doesn't stand out a lot. He doesn't look like a pauper, but he's dressed average, you might say. He's standing in it with a group of people who don't seem to be particularly enthusiastic, like the rest of the crowd, who seems to be excited about this whole thing. And you see him hugging them one at a time until he gets to an old woman who hands him a package, and he accepts it and then turns and gets on the train.
Oh, that was unusual. I'm gonna turn and try and get one of the gang's attention. Be like, "Hey guys, did you see that?"
Is there a way to flip to see if we saw that, or were we to
I'm going to
focus
say you guys
on
were in the middle of your conversation. It's all happening like within a few seconds of him coming out and giving that speech. So,
And then I'll explain to whoever wants to listen if they're not too distracted. I just saw something weird over there.
and Spicer kind of waves him over, and because I mean, if Beecham is in charge of the train, he might want to know about it. So,
okay, what did Draven ask Mr. Beecham?
He asked him just like a general history of like him and his company and the train. How long did it take? Just stuff to fill out a puff piece.
Okay, give me a target number 9 bewitch check.
This is going to be awful. So is it just press 1? I guess I stare too much.
can you cheat?
I got a 3.
Do you have bewitch at all?
No.
That's what I read open the fate deck.
So, after his brief exchange with Spicer, Mr. Beecham is going to politely greet Ella, and then as you come up, he's going to go to shake your hand, but as you start asking those questions, he's going to give you a kind of sideways look, and then he's going to grab your hand and shake it enthusiastically. Yeah, why don't we speak about that later? Everybody get on board and have a nice trip, okay? And he kind of like looks around awkwardly at the rest of you, and then he turns to some of the folks that are standing to your left and goes to sort of glad hand some of them.
I never break eye contact.
Well, that was weird.
And I think at that point, Spicer kind of like perks up. What was weird?
Well, him just very abruptly cutting you guys off. Also, I just saw a really weird event, I guess would be the word. And I'm just going to relay what I
Yeah, fair
saw
enough.
to.
Spicer looks concerned, and like so does he point out where the guy entered the train?
Yes. I'd be like pointing where he entered on.
Is it one of the passenger uh carts that the guy
cars.
went into?
Yes, it was.
Ours. Okay, well then I think Spicer will just sort of like step in and try to see if he spots the man. I mean, like going by description, that it's sort of like a kind of sort of normally dressed guy with probably carrying some kind of
A
package.
package of some sort.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so as you get closer to the entrance of the train, you see a dark-haired woman who seems to be partially supporting a man. He gives you the vibe that he might be a little drunk.
Yeah.
And she helps him to a bench where they both sit down. They're wearing like laborer's clothes, like coveralls, like you might see a miner wear.
Mhm.
And you hear her say, "Just try to stay sober while I'm gone. It's bad enough you're too sauced to swing a pick. You don't need to go messing up your reputation in the city anymore." And the man kind of like gives her a gruff look.
And he's sort of like the only one who would fit the description that I've just gotten, right?
No, this is something you're seeing
Oh,
as
fair
you
enough.
walk
Okay.
up to the train. You haven't got on the train yet. Are you still getting on the train?
Yeah, because I'm just going to. I think Spicer's concerned about people taking packages onto trains,
Okay.
given what that might mean.
What are we chasing, boys?
You're chasing suspicious figure number 1.
I am going to get onto the train and start taking photos of some of the cars.
Okay. Ella, what'd you say?
What are we chasing?
Oh, I'm going after somebody who was described as having kind of brought like a strange parcel from that he had been handed onto our cart. So I want to see if I can find that guy in time, just to see if I can discern what he's bringing onto the
You also ran into a
train.
drunkard.
Yep.
Okay. I was gonna tentatively follow her friend.
Okay. What's Alex doing?
I guess I'm coming with too, because I pointed out I'm going to try and help him identify the dude I just saw, since I'm going to actually saw him.
That will help a lot. Yes.
So just before you make it, I guess before Alex and Ella make it to the car, you see a really fancy looking carriage pull up in front of the train station. And an attendant jumps out and helps a woman in a very fancy and expensive looking dress get out of the carriage. She kind of looks around, half paying attention, and then holds a handkerchief up to her nose as if she's kind of perturbed at the smell. And then she jumps down and heads towards the train. When you get on the train, you notice that it's a pretty luxurious looking train, certainly higher class than the typical train you'd take to move through the city or to the outlying towns. It's not like extravagant, but it's very nice and everything's new and shiny looking. It's got this kind of like dark mahogany trimming around everywhere, and the walls are a kind of pleasant shade of green. There's 2 passenger carriages. The one that you board is the like kind of coach carriage, and in front of it is the luxury cabin, which is a little bit fancier, and they seem to already be serving cocktails to a few of the more well-to-do passengers. Behind the coach carriage is a baggage train and the caboose, and up further there is an engineering train, and then the actual engine itself.
Beautiful.
I'll send Terry to look through the cart behind us, like pushing behind us, as I go forward trying to find the description of what the person they were describing.
Okay.
Have I finished taking a picture or pictures of the various cars and stuff?
Did you want to take pictures of all of them?
Just the pretty ones, the ones that are going to be like the showpieces for an article.
Yeah, I'd say yes.
All right, then I'm going to go back to my primary task, which is to follow these guys and document their shenanigans.
Kind of appear behind his head.
Don't worry, I'm right behind you.
All right, so I'll say that the group you all sort of make your way forward on the train, trying to find this kid that you had noticed. The train's starting to fill up at this point as people are kind of getting ready to go. It's about 10 minutes now before you're going to be leaving.
Mhm.
You notice Mr. Beecham walking in the opposite direction. He kind of gives you a polite nod, and just as he walks past the first of you, you see him approached by a kind of gaunt-looking guy in a threadbare suit, and he's got like a book in his hand, and he walks up to Mr. Beecham and kind of seems to be trying to show him something in the book. But Mr. Beecham kind of waves. He looks very quickly, and then he kind of waves the guy away and keeps walking.
Hmm.
Do I happen to see a glance of what's in the book?
Give me
Like
a
writing or
target
art?
number 11 notice check.
Huh.
Mm.
No.
Oh
It's probably
god.
not important. I think I get a 6. Give me a second. No, I get a 4.
Yikes.
No, you didn't notice.
He's too distracted by the
You couldn't
ambiance.
really tell if it was, whether it was a novel or a some sort of office way. You have no idea. You just kind of got a quick glimpse that he was showing him something, and then he turned away.
Am I too focused on looking for the guy in question, or would I kind of like by scrutiny be able to tell how Beecham feels about like being shown the book?
Yeah, you can take a scrutiny check. Let's do target number 10.
Okay.
Man, oh that card.
No, hang on. I think I'm. I think I might. Hang on. I need. I've got. Yeah, I think I'll cheat that one to an 11. Hang on. To 11. So.
Yes, you get the sense that Mr. Beecham has a lot going on right now, and he was
Mhm.
just too busy to be bothered. Both men were clearly familiar with each other; they know each other.
Okay.
Like you got the vibe that maybe this is like one of his employees or a servant or something like that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a. I don't
Didn't
know,
have the
some
time to be bothered with.
owing money or something. Okay. Good to
Would
know. Good to know.
Would I be able to tell if this was like someone like an engineer who was trying to report a problem? Like, just does he look like an engineer?
I will say, based on the way he's dressed, he does not look like an engineer.
So definitely not something wrong with the train itself.
He looks like more like a bookkeeper or a secretary or something like that.
No, he's the accountant.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, like an accountant, maybe.
Who
Sure.
cares if they're losing money? I mean, who knows?
This whole venture is just a trip to the end.
I mean, this whole thing feels like the third movie in the Knives Out trilogy already. So, just an enclosed space with lots of like eccentric people entering. So,
All right, so
So let me just add to what I said before. So, in order from back to front, right? Just so that it's clear for everybody, because you guys are towards the back of the train at this point. From back to front, you have the caboose, which is where the bags are kept. You have the regular passenger train, the kind of common one, which is where you guys will be expected to spend your time, presumably. You have the fancy car that's in front of it. Then there's 2 dining cars. There's a kitchen, there's a fuel car, and then there's the actual train engine.
The
But it
small
seems like
train.
most of the people are in either one of the 2 dining cars or one of the 2 passenger cars.
have you, or has one of us spotted the guy with the package here?
that was my next question.
Yeah.
Nope.
Can I look for him?
Yeah, do you want to keep walking forward?
Yes.
So I'm going to say that you make it to the front of the regular passenger car and you move up to the luxury car. When you walk inside, you notice again that everybody's kind of dressed a little bit nicer. The people are a little bit stiffer, and there's some polite conversations going on as everybody's helpers are kind of like moving their bags or attending to them. There's a clear distinction between the passengers and their help. but from here you don't see any sight of the guy.
Hmm. So to me, it seems as if he just kind of disappeared into thin air.
Could be, yeah. I mean, it was a good 30 seconds, 45 seconds that went by before you.
Is the lady in the red dress in this section? I assume she is, right?
Yeah. So after you guys walk in and get a chance to look around, you see this woman board this car with her attendant behind her who's holding her bags.
I'm after her.
Okay.
Oh,
She's kind of
horrible.
looking around. You see her looking you guys general direction, but she seems to look right past you, and then she turns until she sees an area where there's like champagne glasses on a tray, and she walks over and picks one up.
Hopefully, as she's got her back turned, I'll walk past and pick up the pocket.
And pick her pocket?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Does she have one?
A great question. Okay. Let's get a target number 9 pickpocket check.
Top deck this because I can't do nothing else. Let's go.
Yo.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that'll do it.
There goes
Couldn't
the
be
family
choosing threes
jewels.
all day.
Wow.
Odin is with us.
Star
What's
Theater's
total?
with us. What's the number I'm adding to it?
Pickpocket?
There's rank 1, but the AV is 0.
Okay, so just 13.
Myself a minus in the stat.
So I'm gonna say that you have a hard time finding a pocket on her dress because it's this kind of fancy gown, but she is holding a handbag.
That's some
And
good champagne.
you're not able to get too deep into her handbag, but you manage to grab a couple of things that seem like paper, and you kind of as you keep walking. And when you look,
Yep.
you find that you're holding a train ticket that looks very similar to your own, except it says that it's for the luxury car, as well as 5 script.
Damn.
Do we have a name?
Yes, do we have a name?
A name for her?
Yes.
Is there a name on the ticket?
Yeah, it's on the ticket. It says Clarice Devonshire.
Can out of character, can Spicer just kind of take the ticket to look at the name? Like, would Ella allow him?
Was that a question directed at me? Sorry.
Yes. He just wants to see the name, basically.
Yeah, I would once I made my round pass, but I don't think I've gotten an opportunity to, or I wouldn't have.
Yeah, that
I
makes
wouldn't have turned around just yet. But
That's
yeah,
true,
I will
okay.
definitely share the information momentarily.
So that okay. Carry on. Sorry.
Okay, so everybody else sees Ella walk up past this woman, kind of shuffle past, and then keep going. What are the rest of you doing? Just still looking for the guy?
Mm-hmm.
How much? No, this is the second.
Sorry?
No, I was like, how much further can we go? But you already gave us the layout of the train, so we're kind of running out of train, so to speak.
There's 2 more trains that people will typically be hanging out in, the dining trains. Although it would be weird for people to be in the dining trains at this point because you're just getting on the train, but possible. Do you want to go up to those?
So I'll hit the end of come to the end of this train, like I'll cross all the way through, and turn around and I'll take a look back, see what the crew's doing, and if Terry has joined us in this part yet. But I'm quite aware this has been a lot really quickly.
Yeah, so you look back and see them all kind of mingling as the crowd gets a little bit thicker. You don't see Terry yet, though.
I'm going to push forward a little bit further, just see if I can see anyone.
You want to go into the next car, or are you staying in this car?
You guys going to stay here and keep looking around, or?
No, I'll follow along.
Eh,
I'm with you, fellas.
Guys, this is
Onward.
a social setting. It's supposed to be fun. You don't have to be so tense.
You say that.
Treating this like a dungeon crawl. It's a car full of rich people.
All right, fine. I'm going to grab a glass of champagne on the way by and go for the dining car.
Okay, so you notice as you walk through this crowd that people are kind of looking at you a little bit funny. They're not like openly hostile towards you, but they're definitely kind of giving you a side eye. But you walk over, grab the champagne, nobody stops you, and you keep walking.
You gotta blend in a little. If they
I'm
stand
going
out like a
to.
sore thumb.
So they all just walked over towards me, right?
Yeah, Alex would be coming in your direction at this point.
Perfect. I will, with leaning up against one of the like a rail or something, I will pass the information that I have found out and say pass it along, and I will discreetly point the lady out.
Spice will ask if you're attached to the ticket or if he may have it.
You know, this is my ticket now.
Okay. So the name was it something Devonshire?
Yeah,
Clarice.
Clarice.
Clarice. Yeah. Okay.
Let me just start up my note sheet again.
Yeah, me too. I'm starting to keep track.
Clarice Devonshire, okay?
Shy.
If
I'm
you're
going
gonna use
to-
my name, use it
And Ella
right.
points her out to you. You notice that she seems to be berating her her servant, who
Mhm.
d- did something horrible to her, and she's screaming at him as he stands there looking dejected, and then turns around and walks away.
I'm going to like I wanted to try to cut in at some point, but I'd like to stop and talk to her because I know that she rolled up in a carriage and is pretty fancy. So like I'm going to be standing pretty nearby when she's yelling at that person, and when she's done, I'm going to ask her whether she'd like her photo taken.
Okay.
Please, you are marvelous, darling. Your eyes are just so fascinating. You know, they're the eyes to the soul. Please, let me take your photo. It's for the Tatler.
How is Draven dressed?
He is dressed like a reporter. He is the tweed suit
Okay.
of a reporter.
I'm wearing my best overalls.
When you when you first approach her, she gives you this just look of scorn, like she can't believe you dare to walk up to her. But as she starts to understand what you're proposing, you see this kind of smile spread out across her face. Oh, me? You'd like to take my picture? Oh, I well, that's so flattering. And she kind of you get the impression that she's feigning this. She's trying to act humble, but she was really she expects this type of treatment anywhere she goes, and she immediately strikes a pose for you to take her picture.
Of course. Uh, I take a photo.
Will I be seeing
Now,
this in the paper?
of course, darling.
Surely I'll be
I will-
front page.
I will do my best to make sure that you get exactly what you deserve. Now, how if I were to send this to you? Now, where would I find your address, darling, so I may send you your individual photo?
Hmm.
I think that's gonna need.
That's gonna be a hard one to.
Give me a bewitch check with a positive twist this time.
Ooh.
Let's see
well
target
done.
number
I get an 11.
9. All right. So she sort of pauses and thinks about it for a second, and then she says, "Oh well, surely there's no harm in that." And she reaches into her bag. You notice that as she reaches into her bag, she sort of pauses again, as if something was wrong. But then she grabs a pencil and a little piece of paper, and she scribbles down her address and hands it to you. Surely you won't use that for anything untoward now.
Oh, of course not, darling. I'm purely professional.
Very good. She'll smile politely. It's an address in downtown, in case you're curious.
I kind of figured.
Yeah.
But it's side work is side work.
As she hands you the piece of paper and you take a look at it, the man who you saw before walks back up, and he kind of gives you a strange look and then looks back at the woman. The bags are stowed in the back, Miss Devonshire. I'm so sorry again. And she kind of just like gives him a little nod, and he turns away.
I think I'm so sorry I'm milking the situation, but I think Spicer also kind of like wants to just introduce himself and to just sort of like I don't know what to use for bluff, but sort of like pretend that he's seen her at some kind of event downtown. He's like, Devonshire, that sounds so familiar. Weren't you at the opening of, and then like ... like trying to get her to fill in, basically.
How is Spicer dressed?
He's always dressed like exceptionally well.
Okay. Give me a deceive check, target number 9.
Mm-hmm. That's and that's plus, I think, +4. So yep, +4. That's a 13.
She's gonna turn in your direction, look you up and down, and then as you finish the sentence, she's gonna kind of furrow her brow a little bit and look up in the air. What was it? The gala last December?
Yes, the gala. It's it's sometimes they just all mix up in your head. It's just so many so many events. But
Oh, how lovely! Forgive me, I don't remember you there.
I get a bit shy sometimes, and he just also tries to downplay the situation. But it's a pleasure to meet you on this train. It's marvelous. It's a bit new and novel, but I think it's very marvelous.
Oh, how lovely! She's gonna give like a polite laugh.
And he does a little bow. And says, I'll have to get going. I'll probably pick up some champagne. Would you like a glass?
She's gonna hold up her glass and take another sip.
Oh, never mind.
You wouldn't be trying to get a lady drunk now, would you?
Oh, hardly. But
Who is it that was standing right next to me who walked up to me first?
Hi.
I'll turn to you and I'm like, I just marked her and everybody's talking to her. These guys don't understand how we work. Damn. Well, I guess I'm not getting the rest out of that bag. Oh,
Unfortunate. Well, free champagne as I chug the glass.
I'll go to clink and then realize he's chugging and chug mine and go grab another one. And I will, as quickly and as discreetly, walk past her and back the way we came.
I'm honestly trying to be a distraction right now so that everyone else can do their thing without really being noticed.
So
Yeah,
Ella's going back towards the coach car,
Yeah.
Yes.
and Alex too.
Actually, I wanted to head forward to keep looking if I could find that guy.
I'll follow along with him.
Okay.
I will too.
Okay, so the three of you make it to the next car, and you see a long table set up with a series of chairs on either side. It's a pretty large, like dining room style table. It takes up the majority of the room, and there's several different people who are clearly employees, kind of organizing things, moving things around. And it looks like they're getting prepared to serve some food, maybe.
Definitely too early to be in here.
Yeah, they look over at you. They're not. You don't get a vibe that like that you're not allowed to be here, but it clearly seems like it's not appropriate to be here at this point yet.
I think we'll just murmur like we're just passing through. Apologies, and kind of like just keep rushing through.
Sorry, we're looking for someone. Thought he might have come this way.
One of them is gonna chime in. No one's come this way yet. We'll be serving dinner in about an hour.
Thank you.
Can I scrutiny that?
Sure. Target number 7.
I mean, it probably is. Oh, it's a red trucker. Okay.
That's a margin of success, right?
Me too. Yeah. I mean, what were you trying to scrutinize? What were you trying to determine?
Whether they were lying about somebody having passed through that direction.
No, you get the feeling that this person is just an employee, and they seem like they'd rather not be bothered by people right now, but they're also being polite, and they wouldn't kick you out, but they're being honest, and they're
But so they
trying to finish up what they're
that's
doing.
fine. Then I kind of shrug and head back to our cart.
Yeah, I'll turn back. I'll say thank you for your help and turn right back around and head back to the passenger car.
Excuse me, darling, but how long before you shall be available for photographs? I would hate to see the feast laid out and guests involved when I could take a fine picture of just the table when you're done.
Oh, surely. Well, dinner will be served in about an hour, but if you want to come up, I don't know, 45 minutes, you should be able to photograph everything. That'd be lovely.
Excellent. And I'll turn and leave also.
She kind of looks down at the camera in your hand and with like a curious look and smiles as you walk away. So Ella headed back towards the coach cabin, and as you make it to the entrance, you see Terry walking towards you.
Does she sign that she sees her? Or the person we've been looking for?
Well, you guys haven't seen this person before, so.
Oh, based off the description.
Okay.
Mm.
I feel I was gonna roleplay her in a funny way, but I kind of I don't really know much about her personality, and I don't think we ever decided which of us
Go
was
for it. Do 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 it. Just go. Go for it. It's all yours. Have fun.
Make your dreams come true.
This is dysentery, okay? Giddy
Okay.
up. Let's go.
So she walks up to you, and she's got a man on her arm who is the absolute spitting image of the description that you were given for the man to look for. And she's going to walk up to you with a big smile on her face. And she's going to say, "Oh, Ella, I'm so glad you headed back in our direction. I wasn't able to find that man that we were looking for, but I did meet Marcus here." And she's going to turn and gesture towards the man. "He's a very lovely man. Marcus, Ella, Marcus."
I do say you are very lovely, man. How are you today, Marcus?
He's going to look you up and down. He's got a look on his face like, not that he's surprised, but he seems like he's maybe a little overwhelmed about having all of these beautiful women hanging on all over him. I'm doing well. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, it is a beautiful train. You are a beautiful person. What brings you to this train?
Oh, just heading up to Ridley.
What do you have in Ridley? Or what's waiting for you in Ridley? Excuse me.
Well, I'm actually from Ridley. I was just down here doing some work, helping out my family. What about you
That's
folks?
awesome.
And he's gonna turn to look at Terry as well.
We are traveling up to Ridley for the first time. We were invited on the train. We figured we would find some handsome people to spend the rest of our day with.
He's gonna blush as soon as you say that.
Please, and I will pull him in gently, but assertively.
Okay. He's gonna kind of look down at the floor in like a shy way, and then he's gonna look back up at Ella. Excuse me. I hope it's not rude of me to ask, but are you working, girls?
Define working, because we're always working one way, shape, or form. But define working, girls.
He's now beet red, like his cheeks look like they're about to catch on fire. He's never been this embarrassed in his entire life.
Amazing.
Nope.
Never mind. I suppose we're all working, right?
Exactly. Please do join me, and I will send her off to go get some booze and sit down, and I will peruse. Can you go get us some drinks, please, Terry? Thank you. And like give Terry some wide eyes.
Terry's going to like. She looks like she doesn't want to like their arms were hooked into each other. She's gonna like look like she doesn't want to let him go, but as you insist, she's gonna kind of like grudgingly release his arm, and then she's gonna turn and kind of look around to try to find some drinks.
I'm going to make wide eyes at Terry, like, "Come on, go get the team." And then have his like conversation while they're being fetched, or at least trying to make conversation while they're being fetched.
Okay, and just to be clear, you're staying in the same cabin, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you told her to go get the team? Is that what I heard? Right?
Yeah, I took him off of her arm, and
Right.
I am trying to peruse him. Yes.
Okay, so she'll go head up to the the luxury cabin and see what everybody else is doing. What have you guys been up to since they walked away?
Probably I mean, in any case, Spicer's headed back to our cabin, so probably meeting her halfway.
Yeah, running into her on the way back.
Yeah.
She's gonna she's got this kind of vapid feeling about her. She's kind of like, she clearly knows what she's supposed to be doing, but she's more interested in everything else that's going on in this cabin and clearly distracted. But when she sees you, she's gonna say, "Oh, Ella, I think wanted to talk to you." But you can see that her eyes are like focusing on all the other people in the room.
I love her so
More
much. She's
champagne.
VIP.
And she's gonna then half skip, half walk over towards that tray of champagne to grab herself a glass. It's much nicer in here than it is back there.
Yep, that's what money buys you.
Isn't it, darling? Isn't it?
So as this conversation is going on, you all notice that you hear like a hiss, and then you feel the train kind of jerk a little bit as you pull out of the station.
Yeah, looks like we're underway.
On the way back into our compartment, do I spot the guy who was being berated by his I don't know, sister, mother, the lady who pushed him onto the train?
Yeah, you see him standing off to the side, sort of very obviously trying to make himself not stand out. He's trying to make himself part of the wall if he can.
I'll just say, like, that seems uncomfortable. Why don't you sit down? Do you have a seat?
He's gonna look at you like he had no idea that you approached him until you started speaking. No, thank you, sir. I'm fine. And he's gonna look around.
I think Spicy will say, I couldn't help it over here, but I've had some similar problems with substances. I understand, and there's no shame in it. And then he introduces himself. Actually,
the guy is going to barely look back at you as you introduce yourself, and then you see him kind of scan the room, and when he notices that Miss Devonshire seems to be moving towards the front of the car, turn back to you. Oh, yeah, great, nice to meet you. And then he's gonna start walking towards her.
That's fair.
Speed walking towards her.
Huh. I mean, I'll sort of, even if it involves kind of accidentally running into other people, I want to like just watch what happens when he reaches her, kind of like over my shoulder without being too obvious about it.
Okay, so you notice that Miss Devonshire seems to have like a little clutch of people surrounding her. They seem to be fawning over her in different ways. And she's got her champagne in her hand still, and now she suddenly looks very happy because this is clearly the way she likes to be treated, with everybody being kind of obsessed with her, and she's walking towards the dining cart. He just kind of follows her at a distance. He doesn't approach her. He just kind of rushes in.
Okay.
So
and then I'll just follow too. Yeah. Interesting, but.
Are you following them, or are you going back towards?
No, I'm going back to the group.
Okay, so after Terry grabs her champagne and comes back towards you, when you're headed back towards the other car, you notice this kind of gaunt-looking dude that was carrying the book before. He's walking very determined, coming from the back car, moving forward.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
I'm going to try to be subtle about it, but I'm not the most graceful person.
Are you trying not to let him notice you?
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Okay. Give me a target number 8 stealth check.
Ha! This is wonderful. I will cheat in a card. I'm going to succeed on a 9.
Okay. So he makes his way up through the luxury car, still with this very kind of just making a beeline wherever he's headed. He doesn't seem to be getting distracted in any way. He moves up towards into the dining car. Do you follow him into the next car?
Yep. I'm
Okay.
keep
And when he
following
gets
him.
when he gets there, you see that Miss Devonshire is now in that car as well. She's standing off to the side with this small group of people who are all very noisily conversing with her. And you see this other man. He approaches two of the employees and appears to be speaking to them quietly.
I'm gonna eavesdrop as best I can.
Okay. So they're pretty far away from where the little gaggle of people are. So there's not really an easy way for you to be close to them and hear their conversation without it being very obvious. But doing the best that you can, you catch just a kind of a few words, and you notice that he's got his book out, and they seem to be discussing the schedule, just timing of when the meals will be served.
Okay. So nothing particularly interesting.
You also get the sense that the employee is not. They don't seem very comfortable.
I'm going to actually approach them. I'm going to stand awkwardly to the side and just kind of stare at them for a while until they notice and they stop talking. And then I'm going to interrupt and say, good afternoon, darlings. I was wondering if I could get a few quotes and some tidbits of information for the Tattler. Would you mind?
So as you start talking, the guy that you were telling slams the book closed abruptly, and then he kind of turns and looks at you with a clearly kind of upset look on his face. And who might you be?
The name is Draven. I work for the Tattler. I am doing a piece about the launch of this train on her maiden voyage, and I wanted to get a few, behind-the-scenes snippets from the.
He's going to cut you off as you're saying that. Well, very good, but we're conducting business right now, so you'll have to go speak with someone else. And he kind of motions towards the back of the car.
Do you have any concerns about the run of this voyage? Of course, I won't use you as a named source. Everything seems so hunky-dory.
No, as I told you, you'll have to go speak with someone else. We're busy. I don't know anything about what you're asking me.
You don't know anything about the train, darling.
He had kind of halfway turned back towards the employees, and then when you speak again, he kind of pauses and closes his eyes for a second. What?
The train, darling. About running on schedule.
Yes, the train is running on schedule. We left at precisely the time we were supposed to. Is there something more I can help you with?
Well, of course. I want to know the concerns of those involved.
There are no concerns. As I said, if you'd like to speak to someone, you'll have to find someone else. We're busy. The woman he was primarily speaking to, so there's two of the people who seem to be like the waiters or the servers. The woman who he was mostly speaking to is giving you a look, like a very apologetic look.
How long has it been since I was last in the dining car?
Less than 10 minutes.
All right. I'll be back to take the photographs later, darlings. Until then. And I'll turn to leave.
She's gonna kind of politely acknowledge you before you walk away. And the guy is gonna kind of give a grunt and then go back to speaking to her. Is everybody else back in the regular car?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess you walk over and see Ella with the man who Alex immediately recognizes as the one he was suspicious of earlier. He's still beet red and looks super embarrassed, but his body language is a little bit more comfortable now that he's had a chance to kind of chat with Ella for a bit.
Before we get up there, who's next to me right now?
Vicer?
Probably.
And Terry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to try and give a subtle indication that that's the guy. Like tap on the shoulder and point.
I think it depends on how you want to rule it, but I think kind of just the fact that he is still a bit blushing a bit, I doubt he's gonna bomb the train and kind of be flustered by ladies at the same time.
All right, well, before
suddenly I think
Alex, I need you to give me a stealth check to see if he notices you saying this. Let's
I'm
do
I'm not
not-
Dark.
saying that. I'm not
I'm
saying
not-
anything. I'm just.
No,
thinking to
but
myself.
Alex
Oh.
was indicating to you that this is the guy, so I want
Oh, I see.
need
Sorry.
him to take a selfie.
All right, stealth. What's the number I'm looking for here? 3, 1. Okay,
Nice.
that's 13 total.
So you are able to let Spicer and Terry know. When you say that to Terry, she kind of gets this dumbfounded look on her face and like looks up in the air, and then she kind of like has a realization and goes, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense."
I love her so much. I
Not
love her
she's
so
not the
much.
brightest bulb.
Must resist the
VIP
urge to facepalm.
player. Yeah, we'll just I mean, where are tickets like all for the same? I guess like kind of like 4-seat table, or is it?
It's not like a sleeping train. The train
Okay,
the car that you're in right now has a couple of like little private stalls that almost look like a phone booth to
Hmm.
one side, but most of the cabin is just open spaces, and there's a bunch of small tables, like little round tables for two or three people to sit at in the open area.
Hmm.
There's also a little table off to one side that has drinks on it. This car is a little bit more cramped than the previous one, but it's still, it's relatively comfortable.
I think I still have the one glass of champagne. Like I mean, Spicer is definitely not the type to drink on the job. That seems like a bad idea.
After our trip to the opium den, I think I'm a little bit better at handling things.
I think also like casually like as close as possible to Ella. I mean, no, actually, say oh, we've been looking for you all over. Like you've oh, you've met someone.
Terry's friend. Where is Terry? Oh, and I will reach up and take your glass from you as I finish mine.
Of course.
And down that one as well. And introduce this gentleman, which I've gotten his name, to the rest of the team.
He's gonna smile at everybody in turn and offer his hand. Pleasure to meet you all.
Yeah, that was fairly hectic, but I'm interested in what the ride is going to be like. I've never been that far away from the city.
Ella, how many did you have? 2 full glasses of champagne at this point? Is that right?
Maybe,
Oh, no.
probably the third.
All right, why don't you give me a cruise check, target number 8.
Okay, let's top deck this. The top deck queen coming through again. Ready? 6. Yeah.
Do you have any plus? No acting. Oh,
No, the closest I can cheat it to a 7, so no.
okay.
But I'm good. Top deck that. We're good.
Okay, you're gonna take the intoxicated condition. You're gonna gain a negative to all willpower duels for the next 10 minutes.
The next 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was all social duels, but it's willpower duels. I guess that
Oh
makes
well,
sense.
that's not too bad. Yeah.
My social goes up when I get drunk. I don't know about you.
I was gonna say. I guess it depends on how you look at it.
But Ella's probably a little red in the face at this point. And is a little more handsy with her friends than she normally has been pretty standoff-ish and like away from everybody. This is the first time most of you have come into physical contact with Ella in any sort of way.
Like Spicer just tries to play cool and like kind of like tries to seat her back to where she was previously. Because the train is moving and
I'm pretty sure this is who we're. Yeah, guys. Terry. Hi, Terry. Come sit with us, guys. I don't remember why we're supposed to be here, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll just sort of like sit as close as reasonable to where they're seated.
I'll do the doctor thing. I'll walk out, like put my hand in the back of her head. It's like, you feeling all right?
Is Draven, where is he headed after the conversation in the dining car?
Back to the. I mean, I have another 35 minutes to kill, so I'm gonna go find the rest of the group and keep recording what they're doing.
Okay, so I'll say around this time you make it back to the back car.
I'm going to sit across from everyone talking and just kind of stare at them.
Such a creep.
I think Spicer will just make small, like, sort of small talk about how long Marcus has been in Malifaux. Whether he's not like pushing him for any like information that Marcus doesn't seem to be willing to give. Just sort of friendly conversation about. Yeah.
Okay, so after a few minutes of that conversation, a woman walks up who is wearing overalls. She's a pretty tough looking chick, and whoever saw the woman sitting with the drunk man on the bench earlier, I think it was Alex, but I can't remember now.
I think it was me.
Yeah, so Alex will recognize her as the same woman. She's going to motion to an empty seat that's at the adjoining table. Is this seat taken?
No, go ahead.
All yours.
She's going to sit down, kind of give everybody a quick smile, and then tip back a glass of champagne. How you folks doing today?
Excited. I mean, I've never been in any freshly built machine, so.
Simply marvelous, darling. And yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. What's your business up in Ridley?
This is my business in Ridley. I'm working for the Tattler, photographing this grand endeavor. Speaking of endeavors, I'm trying to find quotes and information. Perchance, would you be willing to speak about your job here on this train?
She's gonna kind of like have a surprised look on her face and then kind of look around quickly. Think you got the wrong gal there, buddy. I'm a union girl myself. Just
Really?
headed up
I'm
to
gonna pull up.
Ridley for work purposes, but don't work for the train company or anything like that. Sorry to
Oh
disappoint.
dear.
I'll just look over and give a nod at the union comment.
Oh yeah.
What was it you were trying to learn about the train?
Well, just the engineers' opinions of this and that. Any worries that they may have about this, or any good quotes that I could use for the Tattler.
There's that funny little man. What did he say? Beecham was around here before.
Yeah.
He seemed to like to talk to anybody that would listen to his answer. Might want to ask him.
I must find him shortly.
So as if fate had stepped in at that very moment, Mr. Beecham comes walking into the car with his two bodyguards behind him. He kind of looks around and he does the same thing that you've seen him do multiple times, where he acknowledges a bunch of the people around him. He seems to try to figure out who the most important person in the room is and goes over towards them and starts schmoozing.
Just the person that I wanted to see.
Yeah,
Mr.
and
Beecham?
not long after that, he starts heading in you guys' general direction until he's only a few feet away, and he kind of looks over the group of you all assembled there. How's everybody finding the trip so far? Is it enjoyable? He gives,
Tremendous.
like, a cheesy smile.
Absolutely tremendous.
Well, that's great to hear, and he kind of pats you on the back enthusiastically.
Mhm.
How about the rest of you?
Do you have a time, good sir, for that interview? It is most important for the Tattler to get a quote from a most illustrious individual such as yourself.
He's gonna look around with like a panic look on his face, and then he's gonna pull out his pocket watch. Perhaps right after dinner. Would that work well for you? And then before he gives you a chance to answer, he's gonna turn to Alex and the new girl and ask them. So, how about you guys? Enjoying your stay so far?
Deflect. Smoothest train I've ever been on.
Great. That's lovely to hear. I hope you'll tell your reporter friend there so he can put a quote in the paper as such, and he's gonna wink.
I'm still staring at him. Haven't even blinked.
Okay, so he winks at you like he's trying to like come to some kind of common ground on like a human level, but then he immediately like the expression just disappears from his face. He was smiling very enthusiastically, and it just dies. He's just like, what's going on?
It's just that scene where the fly lands on his eye and then flies away.
So as that's all going on, Marcus is kind of just nodding along and smiling, but as that conversation's happening, he's gonna stand up and just whisper to the few folks that are close to him, "Excuse me, I'll be right back."
Mhm.
He's gonna walk away.
Is he walking after Beecham, or is it like which direction is he going to?
Oh, Beecham's still there. He's
Sorry, never mind. So is he headed like to the back of the train or back to the towards the dining?
towards the back.
Court? Okay.
And Mr. Beecham is gonna then kind of again address the whole group after he recovers from that awkward interaction. So is everybody excited to spend some time up in Ridley? Or were you just here to sample the luxury of my train?
I won't lie, the train was a big draw.
Ah, now that's what I like to hear. You wouldn't just be saying that just to make me feel better now, would you? And he gives a hearty laugh.
No, and he sort of like motions like in this very like finely pressed like suit, and like I'm not a very frontiersy kind of man myself. I do enjoy the fineries of a nice train.
Yeah, I can understand that. One of the nice things about what the guild are doing here in Malifaux is that they're really bringing civilization out to the frontier, if you know what I mean.
Do you want me to do like a willpower flip not to grit my teeth at that?
What do I flip to not instinctively turn and spit?
Oh yeah, no, let's get some centering checks going around. Target rate. Anyone who hates the guild, take one.
I'm so happy.
I'm at a negative for this one, right?
No, it's I mean, no, you would be, yeah, because you're drunk. Yeah, that's true. Well, let's do them in order. So, Calder, why don't you go first? Target number 8.
I might. Is it deceive or is it
Centering.
centering? Okay. I've got a +4 to that, so it's
Ooh,
pretty
this is
good.
pretty.
No, then I am very much cheating in a 7 because I'm not gonna. Yep. So that's 11.
All right, so you maintain your composure. See how Alex does.
This ain't gonna end well. No, that's a 4. Even if I cheated, this wouldn't help any.
All right, Anella.
Top deck for the win.
Flipping 2. One more. Wait,
No.
is centering? I don't know why I didn't check this. I just agreed with you.
Centering is a tenacity.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have a negative. I'll put that back. Hold on.
I'm so sorry for putting that flip out into your mind. I shouldn't have said
No,
that.
it was a good call, honestly, because I couldn't remember who it would have made sense to have to take that. But
Very few guild
it's
sympathizers
definitely
here.
better this way. What was your total with the 11?
11.
Oh, okay, great. All right, so
Queen of top decking.
Alex,
Just yep.
you and this new woman that no one's gotten her name yet, both quite visibly angry at this comment about how wonderful the guild is. How do you handle that, sir?
I'm not sure on this one. Goddamn guild sympathizers.
The woman is gonna kind of look out at the group and try to take the temperature, but you can tell that she's having a hard time restraining herself. Yeah, the guild bring a lot of civilization. That's right, civilization by locking up innocent people and killing us in the streets.
Yes, I mean, some people, they do not deserve the misunderstanding that they receive from the guild. The guild is most ruthless.
At that, you just feel eyes burning into the side of your head.
Beecham is gonna he kind of quiets down for a second, and then he puts back on his very animated look on his face. Well, I didn't exactly say they were my favorite people in the world, but sometimes they do a little bit of good here and there. But hey, let's not talk about any of that stuff for now. Let's all have a good time and try to enjoy it while we can, huh? And he's going to stop one of the servers who's walking past him, and he's going to grab a tray full of champagne, and he's going to put it down on the table in the middle of you. Everybody have a drink and have a good time, hey?
I'll grab a glass and lift to a toast to that.
Yep, me as well.
I'm going to
Ella's
reach into my
reaching over
bag.
for a double fist.
I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out a canteen of water.
Not partaking, I take it.
No, I'm on a job right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody else is too. They don't seem to care much.
It's professionalism, darling. Remember that.
So he's going to, after he puts it down, he's going to kind of acknowledge everybody again with his big dumb smile as he sees you all kind of drink, and then he's going to turn and walk away with his bodyguards in tow.
The last bodyguard that turns and leaves, I'm gonna reach for his wallet.
God,
okay.
Give me a target number 11 pickpocket check.
Nope.
Oh no.
Nope. That's a
Oh,
hard
no.
6.
Not quite a margin of failure. Damn it, I wish you could have flipped a 5. All right, so
Wait, do you really have a +0?
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
She's drunk.
I'll take it back. Come on.
No. I
You're gonna-
played it. Card laid is a card played, friend.
Flip it over.
You haven't flipped it yet, so we haven't seen it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right. So you, as they turn to walk away, you reach up, and they had walked away just a little bit too fast for your reaction time because it's a bit dulled here. But instead of recoiling when you realize you're not gonna reach his pocket before he gets too far away, you kind of thrust your hand forward and you just end up slapping his ass instead. Like you were reaching back pocket, but you just kind of palm, not slapping, but like you just kind of palm his ass. And
Oh boy.
he's gonna turn around and give you like a just murderous stare, trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm gonna blow a kiss and say next time pay some lady attention. Pay a lady some attention.
When he realizes that it's you, his expression is gonna soften, and he tries to keep like a very stoic face. He's gonna turn to face the whole group. He's gonna pause for about 3 or 4 seconds after you say that, and then he's gonna think better of whatever he was about to do and turn back and follow the group.
Ah, sweet cheeks. I'll see you again.
Spicer is taking turns between rubbing his temple and taking small sips of the champagne.
Carrie looks giddy while this whole thing is going on, and then as soon as the guy walks away, she starts just cackling with laughter. She's just
Okay, sweetheart, so who are you? I'm usually the pretty one here, and unfortunately, even in your overalls, you are outshining me. So who are you?
Are you talking to the new girl?
Yeah.
Name's Victoria. What about you all? And she's gonna kind of look around at everybody.
I'm Miss Ella.
Pleasure to meet you there.
I am Draven.
I have to
Draven
ask,
Stoker.
considering the circumstances, how was it?
It was firm. Just the right amount of chef's kiss.
You're gonna kind of nod approvingly and then laugh.
I hope it matches the shoes.
What were you saying, Turtle? What was Raven doing?
I introduced myself.
Oh, okay.
Draven Stoker, freelance photographer.
She's gonna turn to you and offer to shake your hand.
I will shake her hand and stare her right in the eyes. My darling, what lovely eyes you have. They say that the eyes are the window to the soul.
Man,
Do
that's
you
your
agree
line
with
for
that,
everyone, huh?
darling? Do you agree with that, darling?
Are you? Huh. Well, okay. So first of all, do you mean that?
Yes.
Okay. Give me, give me a target number 8 which check.
Okay. Whoa. I currently fail. I don't really care enough to cheat this. So.
All right. She's going to look at you as she offers her hand and kind of smile, but as you stare at her, she's gonna look over at Ella, and then she's gonna look back at you and notice that you're still staring. And as you say your line about her eyes, she's gonna she flushes a little bit, but it seems like she's more uncomfortable than she is embarrassed, and she's gonna pull her hand back. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. So, Miss Ella, did you come with all these fine folks, or is everybody here just happen to be in the same place at the same time? You can tell she's like trying to avoid talking to Draven.
If you would like, we can go have a private conversation elsewhere, but unfortunately, these are my compatriots. Some of them are a little creepier and need new lines.
No, not so. I was just curious if you all knew each other.
Why is this kid
Stories
freaking
are.
out on me?
I've met some of them. We all work for a consulting agency together, and yeah,
Oh, well, that's lovely. So a work trip then.
Yes, and
something like
it behooves us to say that the um we were holding back a bit with the guild comments. We do agree with you.
Well, I guess I can trust you then, because you have some sort of taste.
I'm just gonna laugh at that.
that is debatable.
So after a couple minutes of this conversation, the creepy looking dude that Draven was following earlier and tried to question is going to approach the group with kind of like we'll say a stern look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for interrupting, but I'm Arlen Devlin, one of Mr. Beecham's bookkeepers. I was wondering if you'd be willing to accompany me to the caboose. There's a minor issue with some of your luggage haven't come open, and we don't want to intrude by repacking it ourselves.
And that was the gaunt guy with the book that was trying to talk to
Yes, he's
Beecher,
still
right?
holding.
Okay. Yeah. No, then I'll just send up and say, of course.
What what luggage did you say that I brought aboard? Because I do not recall bringing luggage. Whom's luggage do you seek?
Oh, no, it's yours, and he's gonna specifically point out Alex, Spicer, Ella, and Draven.
Can I
I was about to just point to me and be like, "It's the fucking robot."
can I scrutiny that?
Sure. Target number
Okay.
10.
Okay, now I'll put in. Okay, what my last? It's 9 plus 5, so it's 14, and I will use the mask trigger, which is political toys, which lets me learn which faction or factions the he is most closely associated with.
Ooh, that's interesting in this
Oh, no.
context. That's the specific wording of the ability, right? It's which
Yeah,
faction.
I mean, yeah. Hang on, I'll just reread it. It's
Is it a capital F?
you have capital F, like so. Yeah, on a success, you learn with which factions the target is most closely associated. If the target is not associated with any specific faction, they count as being associated with Outcast.
Gotcha. And it's a capital F, meaning it's the
Yes.
faction of the game,
Yeah.
not just in the broader sense. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you immediately get the sense that he's lying, or something, but it's unclear exactly to what extent. And you can tell that he is an outcast.
Hmm.
He's going to kind of motion towards the back of the car. Waiting.
Is anybody else going, or
I am staring at him, and I'm gonna say, "Are you ready to give that interview yet?"
As I told you before, I'm not the one who will be taking any interviews, but if you'll please come with me.
Mm-hmm.
Ella will stand
hang
up
on?
and say, "Are you joining us, darling?" Over towards our lovely lady friend.
She's going to kind of look up, a little bit confused. Was I part of the baggage incident? And Arlen's going to look down at her. Nope, just these four. He's got a kind of you can tell that his impatience is kind of growing.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'm gonna sit and enjoy my pipe. I'm not gonna go.
I'm not interested in going either.
I didn't
I
bring any
have another.
baggage. All
Exactly.
my baggage is in my head. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure one of us has baggage back there. So you can go get your shit. I'm gonna go enjoy my drink and enjoy this lovely lady here. And I'm gonna turn and continue a random flirtatious conversation with this MNSU worker.
What about Alex?
Yeah, I'll go just because something doesn't sound right about this situation.
And I'll also sort of like I'll draw my pocket pistol, but kind of like leave it in my coat pocket, like I've just so like it's drawn, but like I'm not like walking around with it out. I guess if that makes sense.
So like
In
your hand
case
is in
something.
your pocket.
Yeah,
holding
yeah,
this-
yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so you follow him. As the two of you walk past, he's gonna look back at Ella and Devlin and Draven, sorry, and he'll pause for, I'll say, like 2 or 3 seconds just to wait to see if they're gonna follow. And when it's clear that they're not, he'll just turn and head towards the back with the other two. He's gonna lead you to the next car back, which is the caboose where the baggage is stored, and he will lead you into, or he'll open the door, and inside you see Mr. Beecham with one of his bodyguards, and on the floor next to them is what looks like the body of Marcus Gilby, the guy that you were just talking to, but he is covered in like a thick sheet of ice, and one of the windows of the car is broken, and there's cold air blowing in.
Hmm.
Hey, Dice.
Yep.
Is Terry still in the more expensive cart, or did she join us?
No, she's with you guys.
So then I would have sent her with me.
Okay.
So
She
she
just
probably
gasps
would be
when she
pretty
sees it.
distraught at this point.
Yeah, for sure. So as you kind of take in the scene, Mr.
Mhm.
Beecham motions for you to step into the caboose. Thank you, Arlen. That should be enough for now. Once the bookkeeper has left, Mr. Beecham's composure, what is left of it, starts to crack. Thank you all for coming, he says, shaking your hands. As you can see, I think it's safe to say that this poor man did not die from natural causes. Mr. Beecham glances down at the body, pales a bit, and then looks back at you. Needless to say, this matter will have to be kept quiet, but I need to know
course.
who or what could have done this. Please, you're the only people on this train that can help save the good name of the Beecham luxury train line. You'll be compensated for your time and effort, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn to Terry and tell her, hey, go get the others. Make up some excuse. Just get them over here.
She's standing completely still with just like a look of shock, and her face is frozen, and she doesn't respond when you say that.
I'll just turn and snap in front of her face like, hey, come on.
She's gonna kind of like shake her head and snap out of it, and then look over at you. Poor Marcus. He was such a nice boy. And her head kind of slumps.
Well, time to mourn him later. We need you to go get the others. And then, I don't know, have a glass of champagne and cool your nerves. You don't need to come back.
Do you think he'll still take me on a date next week?
He might give you the cold shoulder.
Wait, don't we have a Razor in the party? So like out of character, he may still.
What?
She
No.
she doesn't get the pun,
No.
but she just looks more dejected and turns to walk away.
I love you. Oh my god, that was epic.
When she gets back to the group, she's just got this like sad puppy dog face on, and she's like almost dragging her feet. She's gonna slowly walk over and sit down next to Ella. Well, I think my plans for next weekend are off.
Why? Why do you say that?
Well, I don't think Marcus is gonna take me out now.
Well, then we just might have to put him on ice then. So, where is the rest of them, and why do you say Marcus isn't going to take you out?
Well,
Oh, I see.
because he's dead.
It was quite the chilly reception.
Hey,
I see what you did there.
be cool, man. Be
Let's
cool.
keep her cool. Yep.
Cutting out every single
Listen.
ice pun. I'm cutting out all the ice puns. No one's gonna hear any of the ice puns.
Oh,
You're why? Is it because we're cracking up? Chill, man.
Just these are just the tip of the iceberg, okay? Please, guys, just chill out. We got this.
You're all banned.
GG, easy.
don't be so cold.
Ella is going to take the second drink that she's now been nursing. So I think I'm technically on 5, and I had 6 in my hand. Yeah. So I will give the 6th to her, and then when she takes some of it, I'll pour the rest of 5, and then I will get up and say that I have to go. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I have business to attend to. Please, can I have your details so that we can continue our conversation at a later date?
Victoria's gonna look around and kind of, yeah, of course. It sounds like you guys something important going on. And she'll scribble her info down, give it to you.
As soon as they said that someone died, I'm going to be making my way relatively
way.
quickly to the back of the car.
Okay.
Or the back cars.
I will do the same, scribble some information down of where to find me, and I will get up and stumble into the seat across from me, because I'm pretty drunk at this point, and make my all the way down to down the street, walking fast, and to
Making my way down.
we're going the wrong way to go from downtown. We just left downtown.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm making my way down to the Oh, what's going on in here, guys? Oh shit.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
see this basically chunk of ice with a person inside of it.
I'm now kneeling next to it, just kind of
A
tapping
Marcus
on the ice, like,
popsicle.
Do I flip like notice or something like to see if I can work out what happened?
Yeah, we're gonna do that in a second. I'm just giving
Oh,
everybody
sorry,
a chance
go on. Yeah.
to discuss if they would like to.
I'm going to look through my camera and use a 0 bonus action to sense spirits
Cool.
nearby, within 10 yards of me.
That's
So
right.
I'm going to look through my camera kind of in a general round and see if I see anything that's particularly ethereal.
Oh, like look through the viewfinder, you mean?
That's to visualize how I use the ability. I'm going to look through my lens.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. For some reason, when you said look through my camera, I thought you meant like look through the pictures, and I was gonna be like, "This is 1910. You can't. It's not a digital camera." But then I figured out what you meant. Okay, so how does the bonus work? You just do it.
Since I know the location of spirits within 10 yards of me, and I know where I am, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. You don't sense any.
oh, good news, Tuesday didn't ghost her.
No, we just like stepped up a level. We've moved on from ice buns.
I hate you all.
It's good hashtag content. Is it? I don't know. But
Someone out there loves the puns.
he was starting to melt my heart earlier. Now he.
Oh God.
Right.
Wait
Anyway,
until the ghosts
yeah.
and the ice monsters come and kill the whole party because you all deserve it.
Yes.
Can
Wait,
I
no.
make the equivalent of a Constitution check?
Or what?
Because I'm drunk and there's a dead man frozen in ice in front of me.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think Ella would have seen death like this yet.
yeah, it's a centering check.
Centering. Pull one.
I just had a thought.
So a one with an X on it, right? That means a fail.
I don't know what you're doing.
I just pulled from the fate deck.
Yeah, I didn't see you do anything with the fate deck. Did you flip a card?
Yeah,
No, it
I've
didn't
got a
show up.
raven with a one.
Oh, it just yeah.
Was
I
that
see
not
that.
already in the discard pile?
No, it wasn't.
The last card is a jack.
Okay, no, I must have just missed it. Okay, so I guess
Oh
do
dear.
whatever you like.
She makes the comment and then she'll. Oh no! And she will step out of the room. Step out of that immediate room, and which I assume is we're still in the baggage cart, right? Or do I have to
Yeah.
back out of it?
There's a little thing between the cars that you could stand on if you want to heave it over.
Oh
the edge.
yeah, I'm definitely puking in the middle where
Yeah.
its back sprays on me. Definitely puking in the middle.
I'm gonna walk over to the body and just like get really uncomfortably close with it and kind of just stare at it, and then take a picture.
Somehow managed to be creepy even with dead people.
Is the train director still around?
Yeah, Beecham's still
He's-
standing there with his one guard.
I want to turn and ask him if he knows if there's a doctor on board because I want access to his tools for an autopsy.
He's gonna consider it for a second, and then he's gonna tell you, I'm not sure if there's any doctors, but we kind of need to keep this quiet. I don't want there to be a panic.
Of course. I would just wish to borrow his tools for a bit.
Yeah. Do you guys not have a? Oh, excuse me. A med bay or like a room where a doctor would work on the train?
I mean, this isn't a military base; it's a luxury train. We don't have a hospital. There'll be a hospital in Ridley, but I don't think he's alive.
Yeah, no, there's no.
I'm gonna Can I make a notice check to identify a little bit about the body? The
Yeah,
nature
so
of its death?
what we're gonna do is there's gonna be an ongoing challenge to search the room for all of it. So, for anyone who doesn't know how ongoing challenges work, there's going to be a selection of skills for you to choose from. Then, for every period of time, the duration in this case will be 1 minute. So, for every minute that goes by, everybody gets a chance to take one check on a target number, which will be 10 in this case. And you need to hit a certain number of successes to successfully search the room. If you hit a certain number of failures, you will fail. Something will go wrong. In order to hit a failure, though, you have to hit a margin of failure on the check. So it's target number 10. If you hit it, you get a success. If you fail, nothing happens. But if you fail with a margin of failure, you get a failure towards the requirement. In this case, you need 6 successes. If you hit 3 failures, then the whole thing goes belly up.
Mhm.
And your options for the checks are going to be Doctor, Notice, and Sorcery.
That'll be notice for me then, because I'm useless at the other two.
I got doctor covered.
I got notice.
Sorcery.
Just to be clear, you don't have to do each of those skills. Everybody could just do the one they're best at. It doesn't matter. Everybody can do the same one. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. You should have a silly skill that I have that's actually above a 2.
All right, so it's going to be a target number of 10. And like I said, it'll be 1 minute per. Oh, and the other thing I didn't mention is if you succeed with a margin of success, you gain an additional success for every margin. So if you beat it by 5, you get 2 successes, not 1.
Mhm.
Let's have Aimless go first. So target number 10.
Flippy flip. 11.
All right. And that was Doctor.
Doctor. Yep.
Sweet. Calder.
Let's hang on, it's 16 on notice.
Nice. That is a margin. Turtle.
Notice I got a 14.
Nice. Are you back in Ella or no?
Do you want to just flip for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
What skill are you doing?
Notice +2.
All right. You got a 3.
What's the
Need a 10.
7, 8, 9? Nope, fail anyway.
You're at a 5 right now?
I have the 7 +2, which would bring it up to a 9 if I was to cheat it.
What's your AV on the skill? 2?
2.
So
Yeah.
currently you're at a 5, which would be a margin of failure.
Okay, cool. So then I'll put it up to the 7 then.
Okay.
So that would bring me up to a 9, which is
Okay, so that's just nothing.
Mhm.
All right. So in that time, you were able to find a few things of interest. We're not quite done yet, but we'll go through the few things you found so far. You notice, first of all, by just examining Marcus's body, that there's no way that he could have been covered in so much ice in such a short period of time. He was standing there talking to you guys not too long before he was found. So there must have been some sort of supernatural cause here. You notice that there isn't any shattered glass around the window on the floor, so it must have been broken from the inside, and the glass went out. You notice that there are lash marks all over Marcus's body, as if he was hit by debris, sharp debris, being blown by a strong wind, but there's too many marks for it to have been something that was blown in through the window. And you notice that Marcus has a panicked look on his face, like he saw something horrible before he died and was frozen.
Hmm.
And let's run it back. Alex.
And flip.
Nice.
16.
Well, that's enough success requirements, so we're gonna continue. Everybody can do something else for the next duration, but just so you know, we have succeeded. So,
Hell yeah.
as long as it doesn't go horribly wrong here, Calder.
Yep, I'll just do notice again, which is no, just that's a 9, unfortunately, and I cannot cheat.
All right, Turtle. You can do something else with the minute if you'd like. You don't have to necessarily.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I don't want to add a failure to the.
Oh no,
Well,
that's not
I'll
a
just-
failure. You have to get a margin of failure for it to be a failure. So
Oh, sure. Okay then.
it's
I
only
guess I'd like to try to I probably would have tried to see if there's any pieces of like cloth from from a parcel or like bag left over, but I guess with a 9 I wouldn't find anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
Turtle.
I'm going to keep taking pictures of the crime scene and walking around. So notice. I will get a success, getting a 11.
All right.
Let me double check. Notice, yes, 11.
Cool. And Elle, are you back in?
yeah. Is which bodyguard is there? You said one of the bodyguards is there.
It is not the molesty bodyguard.
That poor
Nick
guy.
Can I go
Feely.
molest this one?
Say that again.
Can I go smell of puke and molest this one?
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's do you just want to walk up to him and try to touch his butt, or are you gonna like talk to him first?
I'm gonna say, do you both work out together? Because damn, your butts are fine. And at that point, I'll give him a pinch.
Okay, give me a target number 8. Let's make it a target number 9, bewitch check.
7. Oh, bewitch. 4. 8, 9,
It's a
10,
-3.
11.
Okay.
That is a
11.
margin of failure. So
11
before
is a 11 is a margin of failure.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, I thought you said plus. Oh, I see.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. You were still doing the math. Okay.
I popped a 7 plus 4, 11.
Gotcha. Okay. So he doesn't react as you say that, but he also doesn't like try to defend himself in any way or like stop you from approaching him. So as you walk up, you reach out and grab his butt. As you do it, his hand snaps down and like kind of grabs you by the wrist. And at first he's got like a really firm grip, but as he pulls your hand away, he kind of like loosens his grip because he realizes maybe he was being too aggressive. Excuse me,
I like a firm
please.
grip there.
And he's gonna try to like shoo you away politely.
All right, well, let your friend know if you're not interested, and I will move along. I have nothing to contribute. I'm too drunk to be looking at his body.
So, speaking,
Mr. Beacom is gonna watch this whole exchange, and he's gonna have like he's not his traditional like fake glad handing smile, but he's gonna have like a smirk on his face that he's trying to hide as he watches you do that. Yeah, so at the end of that last stretch, you find a few more things. So you find a cufflink on the floor. It was behind some of the baggage, and it's cold to the touch, despite the fact that it's pretty far away from the corpse. And finally, you find some chalk marks on the ground in a roughly circular pattern. It's a few feet away from where the body is. And when you found them, Mr. Beecham tells you that he doesn't think that they were there when he was last in the room.
I mean, I would hope so. I pick up the cufflink and kind of like try to see if is it any kind of symbol? Is it just a cufflink? Is it?
No, it's pretty nondescript.
Okay. I'll Spicer does have like a small notepad on him, so he'll try to like draw out like the whatever the chalk circle is, I guess, just to keep track of it.
Is anybody else taking a look at it, or?
I mean, I'll take a photo of it.
Okay.
I'll go over
Is
investigate.
it not? It doesn't seem to be necromancy in nature, does it? That I can tell.
No, it
Okay.
does not. Do you want to try to analyze it further than that, or is that what you would be curious about?
That's what I'd be curious about.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Mr. Beecham, I have a question for you, good sir. Outside of this, while they're looking, because I can't handle that body, I have a question for you, sir. Do you have a moment?
Sure, anything for you, madam.
When is your entertainment starting?
What do you mean by that?
There's no entertainment on this car. There's no show. There's no nothing. You have all these rich people, and you're just expecting conversation and dining to entertain them.
Well, we serve more or less an open bar, and there would be a large meal presented to the guests in about a half an hour now, but depending on what comes of this, I'm not sure how it's going to go. I can't believe that that's your concern at the moment. There's a dead man.
Well, they're working on that. I'm working on other things. I gotta keep my options open. Always trying to look up and look on. I saw you smiling a minute ago, so I figured you were up for a distractional conversation.
Well, I appreciate the thought, but unfortunately, my thoughts, I'm a bit preoccupied at the moment. But I do hope
Sorry.
we can bring an end to all of this unpleasantness, and we can get back to this conversation at a later date.
Spicer looks up to Beecham and says, "Not to speak ill of the dead, but did this man have a ticket? Was he booked to be on this train?"
Yeah, as far as I know, he's from a middle class family. I think he's a farmer or something.
What's in his pockets?
Ice, probably.
Nice.
Adding the ice block. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna rummage through his pockets and see, like, if I have to pry it open, I will.
I mean, he's literally in a block of ice. You'd have to thaw him out to get to his pockets.
Wait, so like not just kind of frozen, like
No, he's super.
No, he's like in a block of ice, basically.
okay.
Oh, I thought it was a little more just a frozen moment.
So this is very like a very specific thing to look for, and it might be hard to tell in the ice. But is there like chalk on his fingertips as if you had drawn the symbol?
Give me a target number 11 notice check.
Oof, that's probably not going to go well. But...
This would be pretty
Oh,
hard.
it's 15.
Okay. You can. It's very hard to tell, so you're not super confident,
Mhm.
but you can't see any chalk on his hands.
Okay. Huh. I don't think. I mean, he can't have done it to himself. He's.
Beecham's gonna look at everybody after the exchange with Ella. Maybe if you have any leads, maybe you can go. I don't know. Question some of the passengers discreetly. If there's someone you think
Yes.
might know something about this.
That's a very good point, darling. Where were you about 20 minutes ago?
Are you asking Beecham?
Yes.
I was standing in the passenger car with all of you having a conversation. Don't you
And
remember?
before that?
Well, I was doing the rounds with my bodyguards. We were further up in the train. You certainly can't suspect that I had something to do with this. What could I possibly have to gain? I'm destroying my reputation if this gets out.
2 more questions. One, may I see your hands?
All right, let's do a target number 8 convince check. I won't make you do a bewitch again.
It's not gonna matter. I will cheat this to a success.
Good.
Convince is 11.
All right. So he's going to kind of harumph, and then he's going to hold his hands out very dramatically. And you're going to see that they're clean. There doesn't appear to be any.
And the cuffs are both complete. And then
Yes.
the second question, darling, is that are you ready to do that interview? Since you have time.
He's going to just put on the most shocked face that you've ever seen. He's going to turn to look at his bodyguard as if to ask him, "Is this really happening right now?" And then he's going to turn back to you. How many times are you going to ask me every time you see a man is dead? And he motions towards the body. I can't believe you still want to interview. How many times do I have to? I don't even know. If you all can help me, then I would very much appreciate it, and your discretion would be appreciated even further. But I have to go, and he's going to turn and shuffle out of the room.
Before he can leave, I'm going to try and interrupt and say, hold on, do you remember, were you facing this way? Did you see anyone else but him walk in here? And I'm going to ask this question to everyone. Do any of us remember anyone else walking through here but him?
He's going to turn over, just look over his shoulder at you. I walked into this room to find him in that way. No one came out of the room before then, and no one was in here when I found him. And then he's going to...
Why do we think that he was in here in the first place? Perchance that scribble on the floor there, maybe that is a trap of some type that he triggered.
Out of character, did Marcus actually say why he went to the back?
He did not.
Oh. He just kind of got up and...
You know what really sucks? Is that at the end of this session, I'll have the ability called Seance to actually talk to him.
Oh, no!
Oh, I love when that happens.
Super sad I missed last session.
Anyway,
before anyone goes anywhere, I want to quickly bring up, I saw him get a package earlier. Can we see if we can find that? Maybe that'll give us some idea of what's going on here.
Sorry, I have my muted. I was trying to ask him before he turned away where his other bodyguard was before we continue along. I've been trying to get that out for a minute.
I'm gonna say that he hears you ask that, but he just kind of shakes his head and continues walking. It doesn't seem important to him.
And there's what?
Is Devlin still in the room? The bookkeeper guy?
No, he walked out. Right as
Okay, sure. Yeah.
he was dismissed.
I'll pick up the cufflink and sort of go. I mean, can I assist, like, kind of anybody with notice? I don't know.
Who suggested the thing about the package?
That was me.
Do you want to go? I mean, you're in the baggage room. Do you want to go see if you can find his?
Yes, that was my exact thought. Is I'm in baggage. It's got to be around here somewhere.
Yeah, give me target number 7. Notice.
All right, where the?
While he's doing that, I'm gonna leave for a moment to go up to like one of the dining cars and grab a sheet and fold it up nicely and bring it back.
Oh,
Oh,
son
no.
of a bitch!
Well, there it is.
My curse is here.
Nice.
Well, at least it's gone.
I can't even cheat this.
Okay, so you walk back further in this car where there's a bunch of luggage stacked up in kind of all over the place. It doesn't take you very long. You move a couple of bags out of the way before you find the package that you recognize as being the one that he was holding. You pick it up, and as you turn to tell everyone in the group, you accidentally fumble it,
Oh no!
and it hits the ground, and you hear a loud crack. And then you see the brown paper that it was wrapped in start to turn a darker color as some sort of liquid spreads out underneath the package.
Ah, crap!
I definitely pull my. Well, I mean, my gun is already pretty much out, but I'll take a few steps back, as much as like I can from like in a small room.
Can I smell anything coming from it now that it's leaking?
Yeah, you get almost immediately you get a pretty intense smell of alcohol.
Oh well.
I'm gonna try and carefully unwrap what's left of this now shattered, I'm assuming, alcohol.
Okay. Yeah, you unwrap it and you find that it is a like mid shelf bottle of whiskey. You know, not the fanciest, but like a pretty good quality.
This is like the best red herring in like a murder mystery. I've heard it quite a while. Like this whole setup of like kind of what's the package? It's just a whiskey. It's got nothing to do with anything. I'll reholster the gun and go into the carts, and we'll try to keep an eye out for people who might have chalk on their fingers, I guess.
That's the only lead we got to go on as I throw the alcohol bottle to the side, disappointed.
Have I come back yet with a sheet?
Yeah, I'll
Or
say.
okay. I'm gonna
So
cover.
as you're walking back, you see the woman who you guys were speaking to before, Victoria. She's gonna kind of catch your glance, and she's gonna take a few steps towards you. Is everything okay back there? It was comfortable in here before, but suddenly it's cold. And she's like cradling her arms, trying to stay warm.
I'm gonna look her straight in the eyes and say no, and then keep walking.
Straight face is gonna be shit's fucked. Walk back.
Is Terry with her or by herself now?
I think Terry's still with you guys, no?
No, we left
No,
Terry
she wasn't out.
Oh, okay. Then
She stayed
then
behind.
Terry's still with her, and I'll say that she's just sitting there, kind of gleefully drinking champagne.
How drunk is Terry?
Um,
She's a
I'm-
lush just like I am.
I'm gonna say that prior to what she saw, she was not that drunk. She was kind of spending more time like talking to people and socializing than she was drinking. But now that her date is off next Saturday, she's kind of bummed. So she's been drinking pretty hard since then.
So just as useless as I expected. Sweet. Just as useless as me.
So yeah, I'll get back and cover the ice block with a sheet.
I think Spicer just sort of like looks at the woman in the overalls at I forgot her name, and just sort of like, and then he points at Terry and says, "Did Terry say anything?"
Sorry, who were you asking that?
Oh, the lady in the overalls, the tough one, the one who was just talking about the temperature.
Victoria.
Oh, Victoria, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
And what were you asking her? If Terry said,
If Terry said anything.
no, she's just been complaining
Uh,
about how she needs to find a new date for next weekend.
Yeah, she does. Nobody's really sure, but the window's been smashed in the back of the car. There's a draft. We're just trying to figure out if there's some, I don't know, somebody who's had a few too many, basically.
All right, give me a target number 9 convince check. Let's see if she.
Yeah, I think I do have. Hang on, my convince is, one sec. That's 9 exactly.
Okay, so she listens as you explain and kind of nods a bit, and yeah, I guess that explains it. It's well, I hope they can fix it. It's pretty chilly.
It'll take a while to get rid of the anyway. Then he just like close. I mean, if everybody's left, he just closes the door and tries to lock it behind him because we don't want people to go in. I think it's fair to say.
Did everybody come out of the baggage car?
I'm still back there.
Oh, sorry. Then yeah, I think Spicer will kind of like try to quietly tell everybody to not mention the dead body to anybody else in the train because we're in a moving train and that's not going to go well.
The last thing we need is more stress.
Exactly.
What is stressful about this? I don't understand.
I think I need a drink. Oh, this body.
I think you need some water, maybe just coffee or just God.
I'm going to
Water your
rummage
alcohol
through
system.
I'm going to rummage through my bag and hand her a canteen.
Not the drink I was thinking, but this is probably the right one. Thank you. And she'll finish it.
Of course, darling.
Oh, so we've passed 10 minutes.
Did we what?
Have we passed the 10-minute mark where I'm?
Yeah, but you've still been drinking, so why don't you take another cruise check? Target number 8.
Stopped drinking a while ago.
Did you
How
though?
long have we been in front of this body?
Not long
Like
enough.
4 minutes?
Okay.
What's your total with cruise?
I have a 0 in cruise, so that's
All
top
right, well, you
decking.
hit it. So
Yes.
between the puking and the shock of the body and the water, you come down a little bit and your head's on the water now.
Oh God, boys, are we going to go look for somebody with chalk on their hands? That's all we have.
Or missing a what is it called? Little piece of metal thing goes in your sleeve.
A cufflink?
Yes, that.
Ooh, good call.
Why? Whatever would I do without your mind?
I don't know what I'm doing. That's a lot. There's a lot of people here with cufflinks on. And hold on, above table, I remember somebody asking about this. I don't remember the answer though. Would we kind of know who the Cult of December was?
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
Do you have any reason you would know who the Cult of December was?
I wouldn't.
Nah, she would be hella Arcanist thought process. So, no. I don't think there would be a reason besides knowing her history and reading. But no.
Would the Tattler cover the Cults of December?
It would be pretty obscure. I would say of all of the whole party, you'd probably be the most likely to know. So if you want to take a check on it, it'd be pretty tough though.
What kind of check?
History, I guess.
Is that a thing? It is. One that I have a +1 in. I got this, boys.
To target number 11.
I will. How important is it? Do you guys think?
Pretty, right?
All right. I will get a 13.
Okay. All right, so you would know that the Cult of December tends to hang out in the north, which is, you're not quite in the north yet, but you're headed in that direction. And you would know that they are associated with ice magic and cannibalism.
Well, if it is in fact who I think it might be the Cult of December. Some of you who are learned in the Tattler may recall some of the freak snowstorms from a few years ago. Well, the cult is a cult of cannibals and ice magic, and they are from the northern mountains. This may be their handiwork, but what do I know?
Hearing cannibals, I'm gonna look for gnaw marks on this body.
It's an ice cube right now, so you can't tell.
Covered in a sheet.
Oh,
But I'll say there's no obvious sign that there was any kind of cannibalism going on.
is there any like blood around the room?
Just some spilt alcohol.
You're frozen instantly. No.
Has anybody walked forward on the train yet? Or is everybody still hanging out in the back?
I've walked forward a little bit and tried to see if I don't know if it's sort of like a notice check or something, or like a scrutiny to see if anybody seems more restless or kind of more not like out of place, but like kind of weird vibes. If there's like, I mean, that's like not the adequate term, but like kind of whatever the
Okay.
Vibe check.
Yeah.
vibe check.
Funny that you ask. So why don't you give me a target number 8 screening check?
Mm-hmm. That is 14.
Okay, so you start making your way back through the passenger train, and you get through the crowd of people. Everybody seems to be having a great time. You overhear casual conversations. People are laughing. People are joking around. Everybody's still drinking. Pretty upbeat and kind of casual atmosphere. As you get back towards the area where you guys had been sitting previously, you see Victoria, who is now sitting up against one of the windows. And you kind of scan over where she's sitting, and she seems to be like looking out the window, and then you look back at some of the other guests who are standing near you, and suddenly you hear just a blood-curdling scream. And immediately your eyes are...
Secrecy.
What's that?
Yep. No, I was gonna say that there goes sort of like secrecy, like not letting people know. But yeah.
Your eyes immediately dart back to Victoria, who is now standing up, facing the window, and she's got just a look of panic on her face.
Is there something on the wing of the plane tearing away wiring?
What was that?
Wait, sorry, wrong thing. I said, is there something on the wing of the plane tearing away wiring? Wait, wrong movie.
There's
Something.
something on the train.
I think
Thing.
I think it's fair to say that my eyes start to where she's looking, because that's like, yeah.
Get these goddamn cultists off this goddamn train.
Give me a target number 9 notice check.
13.
Okay, so you get a little bit closer, and you look out the window, and you're pretty confident that if there was something there, a second and a half after she screamed, you would have seen it. But you don't see anything. You just see landscape blowing by and some snow falling. And you walk a little bit closer, and Victoria turns around and looks at you, recognizes you. There's something out there. I don't know what the hell it is, but there's something out there. And
What does it look
Something
like?
big?
you also
Something
notice
human?
that everyone else in the train car has now quieted down and is looking at her. And then as she says that, everyone doesn't go into full panic, but everyone starts to kind of freak out a little bit. They're all a little drunk.
Yeah.
And they heard a scream, and now they heard that there's something going on, and they're all a little jumpy at this point.
I will attempt to calm her down. It's not like Spicer's specialty to make people feel better about themselves, but I don't know.
What did you see?
Yeah, that's good. Was it human? Was it bigger than
Ella
human?
walk up front?
Sorry?
Did Ella walk up front or no?
Up front. Oh yeah, I would have been with the group.
I don't
left
think it
the
was
body.
any of the group. Everybody else was still in the back. It was only Spicer that walked forward. So
Oh nope, sorry, then I wasn't there.
she's going to. She still looks a little bit panicky, and
Mm.
she is kind of like staring at you. I don't really know what to. It was something. It was like it was floating. I couldn't really make it out. It happened so fast and it disappeared. But there was definitely something
It's
out
the Wicked
there.
Witch.
That's a problem. And I'll sort of like try to sit her down, kind of like away from the window, I guess, sort of like to try to stay down here in case anything tries to come forward. I hope whatever's out there isn't going to come back. We'll look into it.
Terry's there.
Oh, well, then I'll also ask Terry I don't know if I need to do much convincing to get her to sit down with more glasses of champagne. I don't know.
Terry's gonna hand Victoria a glass of champagne, and she
Just one from her personal stock now.
and she's gonna say, "Well, I guess we're both up for a bad weekend, huh?"
But neither of them has chalk on their fingers.
No.
Okay, fair.
Seriously, you're checking Terry for chalk on her fingers, you little fuck?
No, I was kidding. But it would be
It was
funny if
Terry
Terry
the
was
whole
secret with
time.
him.
Trust no one.
The Penny Dreadful said, "If any of your players has a sycophant who follows them around, they'll be the villain." Ooh, how convenient!
Now,
She was a sycophant of Rasputina the whole time.
Do we did we hear the scream from the baggage
Yeah,
car?
for sure.
All right, I will make my way with
Make
a
my way.
gleeful look. Very excited that someone screamed.
So they're up to her.
I'm just appearing there too with a wrench hand going, what the heck's going on?
Okay, so as you guys walk out into the car, you notice that everybody is really on edge. People are kind of bustling around. Some people seem to be like going after their belongings and trying to like put themselves in corners where they can protect themselves. Like everybody is very shaky. And as you approach, you see the three of them sitting there with their flutes of champagne as Spicer tries to figure out what's going on.
I will see Spicer sitting there with the ladies, and I will go over and say, "What happened?" Screaming.
She saw something out there, something moving in the snow. Given what what we've just been told, I think the cult doesn't take kindly to somebody drawing a railway through their mountains.
Oh, we're not in the mountains yet.
Oh, we're not. Okay, but okay, I was trying to have like a dramatic moment of like, it's like, nope, we're not there yet.
Dun.
What did you see exactly? Please explain it, love. I missed the explanation.
Victoria's gonna take another pretty generous sip of her champagne. I was trying to tell Spicer, it's kind of hard to describe. It was just a quick flash. It disappeared, but it was something floating alongside the train. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm sorry.
I'm going to look through my camera lens as a zero action to see if there's anything spoopy around.
Still nothing spoopy.
Lame. This is the worst train ride ever. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend.
This is the worst haunted house ever.
One day it will be a ghost. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Until that day.
Hopefully you're in that session.
I hope so.
Oh, what beautiful idea would that be?
Please tell me ahead of time that that's going to be a thing, because I will absolutely like quit my job to be there.
No, I'm not gonna tell you. That would spoil it. We get into the prologue and you're like, it's ghosts, guys, it's ghosts.
Go Searman or Tierman.
I think Spicer will make the assumption, like having used the political ties clues, that the company isn't involved with this because they're not like Cult of December,
The company meaning the train
presumably.
company, or?
Like, I mean, at least not the bookkeeper.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna start moving forward in the train.
Yeah.
I'm about 5 minutes early, but hopefully the dining car will be nice for a picture right now.
I'll follow behind him.
Okay. What about Alex and Ella?
You might as well tag along.
Okay, so you go up through the luxury car, and everybody is clearly oblivious to what was going on. Everybody's just kind of going about their partying. It's still a festive atmosphere. You get up into the dining car, and you once again see Miss Devonshire with her little group of groupies, all fawning over her.
The
Something that's
socialites.
probably very important, I'm sure. The car is a little bit busier than it was last time you were in here. It seems like people are eager to start eating, and you notice that the two employees are starting to put out some of the food onto the table.
I am late.
You also see Mr. Devlin sort of standing overlooking them and kind of every once in a while giving a little comment, but you can't make out what he says.
I just realized we've kind of like lost track of this is out of character again. Like, so there was the one character that Victoria kind of chastised for drinking.
He didn't get on the train.
Oh, he didn't. I thought he was on the train. Never mind.
I'm going to sit down at the table and start and wait for food.
Okay. The same female waitress kind of looks at you. She gives you a polite smile and then continues putting out the food on the serving trays.
I'll try to reciprocate the smile as best that I can.
Are you capable of smiling like a human, or how does that? Is it just like a super
Yeah.
awkward?
Comes out like a rictus grin.
Yeah. Does it look like you're having a seizure right now? Paint me a picture.
So I smile like Hannibal Lecter,
Oh
That's
god.
Hello,
right.
Clarice.
and then I ask for 2 slices of toast.
Oh my god.
Please, darling, would you bring me a couple slices of toast?
She's going to either ignore the awkward smile or not notice it. And when you ask her, she's gonna kind of give you another polite smile. It's only about another 15 minutes or so, and I'd be happy to get you some toast.
Of course.
Guys, I'm just gonna drop this here. Pizza exists. It's like it was invented at this point.
I'm gonna ask her. Well, whenever you're ready to do your interview, darling, I am dreadfully light on quotes.
Yes, whatever you say. She's gonna kind of awkwardly nod her head and then turn around and go about her business.
I think Spicer will sort of like slowly hover nearby Miss Devonshire, and kind of just like try to like listen in on the conversations and try to maybe watch her a little bit closer if she seems like she's hiding something.
Okay, are you trying to hide the fact that you're spying on them, or are you just walking up and?
I mean, I don't think. I mean, we've already had like the sort of like the
You already lied to her.
polite, yeah. So I mean, she already thinks of me as like somebody who's trustworthy. So I'll just kind of like join the crowd and like pretend to be just drinking and kind of like watching her.
Okay. Let's do a target number 7 bewitch check with a plus to see how
Okay.
tactfully you incorporate yourself into this conversation.
Bewitch. Let me just 13 flat.
Okay, so you walk up and you slide super casually into this conversation, and most people there don't even realize that you weren't there for like the whole conversation. You're just like part of the group now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just moseying on.
they're all talking about this gala that happened in December, where apparently one of the people who, feel free to read into that. It's a
It's another red
Very
herring.
subtle. Very subtle.
it's they're discussing a faux pas that one of their friends who is not currently present committed, where she apparently did something that was very distasteful, and everyone's kind of talking shit about her.
But I can't really like put together what it was that she
No,
did.
you
Right?
came into the conversation right after, so it's not clear what happened,
Okay.
but you kind of picked up the context clues of what they're saying, and it was something embarrassing, and they're talking about her in a like clearly this is someone who they know and they have a close relationship with. It's part of she's in the in group, but they're gossiping like high school students, and like it's very vitriolic. So it's not clear if they're doing it lovingly or if they're really shitheads.
I mean, probably the
They're
latter.
probably
Let's be fair. um. So was it a gala or an auction? Sorry, I missed that.
A gala.
Okay. I'll sort of like laugh along and say, I mean, clearly you can't invite her anywhere, right? Like trying to fish for whether anybody knows where she is.
The person who committed the faux pas, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah, Miss Devonshire is gonna give you like a exaggerated laugh. Well, clearly no one invited her here today, so that seems to be the case, and the rest of them all just start cracking up like it was the funniest thing they ever heard.
And then I mean, that might take another flip, but he'll say like, I haven't even seen or heard of her lately. Any of you?
One of the other men is gonna just kind of chime in. Yeah, I saw her shopping in downtown about a week or so ago. Seems like she's trying to forget about what happened, but none of the rest of us did. Am I right? And they all start laughing again.
Yeah, and again pretending to go along with it.
What did Alex and Ella do when they walked in? Just stand there silent, awkwardly in silence.
I saw Ella's mic light up, so I was giving her a chance.
Oh,
sorry. You said so I was just waiting for you. We're just trying to be nice and polite.
yeah. So you stood there in awkward silence.
Oh, they
You didn't
were
realize.
irritating. Yeah, exactly.
We're stuck in the doorway going, no, after you.
Yeah, I'll knowing that we have to find chalky fingers and or blood, possibly around the mouth and cold skin. I'm gonna take a sweep around the room.
A thought just hit me. Can I look around and see, just at a casual glance, how many people are wearing gloves right now?
It looks like it's about 50-50.
Ah, son of a bitch.
It tends to be the women that are wearing like long gloves, but some aren't.
It just occurred to me, like in high society, gloves are a common thing. So who's to say this person didn't slip their glove off, do the thing, and slip it back on?
Yeah.
So we might be chasing a dead lead there, unless we say, "All right, we need you to take your fucking gloves off."
Actually, I think I will. Spicer will say, kind of while hopefully nobody's watching, like take one of his cufflinks out and like slip it into his pocket, because he wants to pretend that he's lost his cufflink to maybe inspire other people to check theirs as well.
Okay,
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Good idea there.
All right. Let's do a target number 9 deceive check. Let's see if they fall for the ruse.
Okay, let me see. It is 11.
All right, so you say
Yeah, no, so if I've slipped one of my cufflinks into my pocket, I'm just bloody hell! I've dropped my cufflink. Has anybody seen anything on the floor? And I'll show what the other one looks like, basically, just to
Okay, so they'll all kind of take a step back and look around on the floor quickly, and Miss Devonshire is going to look at you. Oh no, darling, that's so tragic.
I know I bought them at the auction. Do you remember the auction was sometime like last month? Oh well. Anyway,
I hope they weren't too valuable. Maybe one of the poors came and picked it up. Oh, what a tragedy!
It's possible. I must have left it somewhere in the back card. Oh, I'll go back and check probably, and hope. Like I mean, he's hoping that it'll kind of spur somebody to do something.
Yeah, so you do notice that 2 of the men in the group will check their sleeves, and both of them seem to find their cufflinks and.
It'll be fine. There's always plenty more, but thank you anyway.
So we're dealing with a crook that has extra cufflinks.
Yeah. Or the culprit is not one of these people, which is more likely, really.
Yeah.
Is Ella going to look for anyone in particular, or just kind of generally searching the room?
Generally searching the room.
All right.
Notice?
Yeah, let's do target number 11.
I'm pretty sure I don't make that.
Does nobody have an on the pursuit that lets them draw cards for social checks? Because there have been so many.
Oh God, I didn't even.
No, mine's
Mine.
expertise.
Oh, mine is
Two.
notice, track, intimidate, scrutiny, or stealth, which I haven't. I don't think I've lost.
Okay.
Oh no, I did fail one notice check, so I can actually draw a spell. I should probably
No,
remember
we're
this.
gonna
My
skip that
bad.
for now, but try to remember in the future. Everybody.
Sure.
Stop.
Yep.
It's a total of 8.
Okay, so you take a lap around the room and you kind of pay attention to people's hands, but as Spicer noticed, a lot of people have gloves on, and many people are standing in groups that make it hard to see certain people. So you get a good look at a good half or maybe 2/3 of the room, but nobody comes up red
Can
or
I
white-handed.
can I scrutinize the people in the room, see if anyone's acting like uncomfortable or a little shifty? Or we already do that?
Not yet, but sure. Let's do target number 10.
Scrutinize check?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope this goes well. That's a no.
Yeah, so
I only have a 1 to
you
that.
immediately. What's that?
It's an 8 total.
Okay. So you notice that all of your companions are pretty shifty and awkward, but
I mean, yeah.
aside from that,
Perish
most people
thought.
just kind of look like they're having a good time.
Hmm. Don't know enough people in this train to look around, see if anyone's missing besides the people we already know who aren't here. Hmm.
So after a few more minutes go by, the table is now getting fuller and fuller with food, and the waitress is going to. She kind of creeps over with a plate in her hand that's covered. She creeps over towards Draven, and like she seems to be like looking around to try to make sure nobody's paying any attention to her. You notice that Arlen had actually just walked out of the front of the car a minute or so before, and she comes over to Draven, and she kind of like slides the tray over to him, and then lifts up the top, and it's got 2 pieces of toast in it.
Oh.
Marvelous,
Food's
darling.
not
Simply
ready
marvelous.
for another few minutes, but I figured you might enjoy this while you wait.
May I take your photo, darling? You are an exceptional specimen.
He's gonna kind of like look around, embarrassed. Are you sure that would be appropriate? I mean, I don't think this is really the
Nonsense.
place.
Catching a lion in its natural habitat is essential for the art, darling. Please allow me.
Target number 7, convince check. Take
Oh yeah, here we go.
a plus to it.
Make it out of plus. Heck yeah!
Oh my God.
Damn.
Fucking nailed it. So
I think I got a margin of success.
she's gonna immediately look back towards the front door, or the door that leads to the next train forward, and when she sees that there doesn't seem to be anyone around that might be a superior of her, she's gonna turn back. Well, I guess one picture couldn't hurt.
Of course, darling. Smile, and I will take a lovely photo of her.
After you take the picture, she's gonna kind of blush a little bit. I haven't had many occasions to have my picture taken. I feel so fancy.
Well, you get to brush elbows with the elite on this train on a daily basis, but I think their beauty is only skin deep. Yours is through and through, I would guess. Please, if you would like to have more photos taken of yourself, this is my address where I can be found.
Well, brush elbows. I don't know about that. It's more like get walked all over. But thank you. And she's gonna take the note.
Of course, darling. Good evening.
So after another couple of minutes pass with everybody kind of moseying around, Terry's gonna come walking into the car, still holding what looks like a new glass of champagne.
Oh, no.
And she's gonna walk over to Ella. Yeah, that girl back there seems pretty upset, and everybody on that train's real jumpy right now. I think it might be a bad situation coming.
All right, Terry, let's go. Hey guys, Terry says it's getting rough out there. Let's see what's happening before it happens.
I'm gonna pick up my pieces of toast and wrap them in the napkin.
Oh,
So, are you not eating them? You're just looking at them?
Well, I'm gonna wrap them in the napkin. I'm gonna tuck it in my pocket and go follow where the bad stuff's happening.
Okay.
Of course, I'm gonna eat them, just not right this second.
Oh, you had a couple minutes. I was just wondering.
Oh yeah, I'll eat one of them, nibble at it, and then pack the other one to go.
Okay.
and yeah, Spicer will also kind of extract himself from the group and wander off to follow.
I don't think anyone's paying attention to me, so I'm gonna just make my way back to the other car.
Okay, so you make your way back through the luxury car, and as you get into the coach car, for lack of a better term, you notice that the atmosphere is still like very panicky. There's people. Nobody's like. It's not a mob yet, but like it seems like it's on the border of turning into a mob where everybody's kind of freaking out. You got the sense that some of the people might have left this car and the word might have spread a little bit, even though on the luxury car the atmosphere wasn't nearly as tense. But it seems like maybe people are talking about what's happening.
Hmm.
Right.
Everybody's like standing up. They're stopped drinking. They're kind of
Mm.
arguing.
News is
Borderline.
news is spreading faster than we'd like.
Is Victoria still on the ground?
What do you mean the ground?
Oh, because I told her to sit down so nothing can come through the window, but I'm not sure whether she's gotten back up again.
She's sitting in a chair. But she's like,
Fair
you
enough.
can see that she's kind of like looking between the group, the crowd, and the window where she saw the thing. And then if you guys walk in, she'll kind of look at you, but then she keeps shifting between the other two.
Mm. I think he'll just sort of like just flat out walk up to her and say, "This may seem like an odd question, but do you remember anything strange happening last December?"
She's gonna look at you very, very confused. I mean, strange, like more strange than normal Malifaux strange.
Yeah, more strange than normal. I mean, and he points like to the other card. It's sort of like they're babbling about some December debacle, and I wasn't paying attention apparently at the time.
Not that I no, I don't think so. I don't know. She kind of just trails off.
Just out of character, I'm so frustrated because I'm just hitting a wall of like not knowing what to do.
I've been bashing my head on that wall for a few minutes now.
So, as you're having that conversation, suddenly an ear-piercing howl cuts through the constant clatter of the train's wheels, and the caboose shudders as the train rocks back and forth on its rails. All right, nothing to worry about, Mr. Beecham says, his smile looking more and more forced by the moment. It just seems that a murderous someone or something who can freeze people has been let loose on the train, and the engineer has inexplicably decided to speed up the train when we're just approaching the most treacherous part of our travels. This is still manageable. It's still manageable.
Is he saying this like over a loudspeaker, or
No,
is he like in
he just kind of emerged from the door behind you, and as the train kind of, you felt the train kind of lurch, he just he just kind of yelled that all out to everyone. So the level of panic has just gone up another notch, and everybody's kind of freaking out.
I think Spicer shoots him a look like, now you say this, like now you tell us this important bit of information. Jeez.
Where'd you say the noise came from?
Under us, which is
Yeah,
troubling.
the idea is that the train just sped up.
Okay. Okay, then then we should probably head to where the engine is to see what the.
Seems like the only lead we got right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back for that interview shortly.
Bijou is going to roll his eyes violently, like he almost pulls a muscle in his eyes from rolling them so hard, and then he turns.
I'm not sure if this works for this adventure, but weren't cabooses also brake trucks? Is there like a brake in the caboose that we could pull to try to slow the train down?
You were in the caboose before, and it just seems to be full of bags.
Fair enough. Never mind. Okay, then. Yep, off we go to the
I'm gonna quickly clean up like this red yarn like thing I had going on, like those conspiracy walls.
Beecham is gonna roll his eyes at Draven's comment, and then he's going to look at the rest of you. I think maybe the best thing to do. He's clearly like panicked at this point. He's lost all sense of decorum. He's not trying to hide any of this anymore. Obviously, I think maybe if you guys want to split up into two groups, two of you go up to the engine car and see if you can stop the train, and two of you figure out who's responsible for all this. They got to be back
I
somewhere.
have. Mm-hmm.
I think Spicer will stay because he knows his like physical limitations, and he knows he's better at figuring things out. More or less.
I know my way around a machine, so I think I'll head to the front. All right, one
Right.
staying, one going. Who's going on?
Actually, you know what? Actually, no, he'll come along in case like he needs to like deceive the guy in the engine room. Who knows? So yeah, he'll come along.
I'm going to stay back here. I'm enjoying the atmosphere of panic.
Of course you are.
It's very entertaining. So I'm going to stay back here and keep trying to look for. I'm going to start shaking people's hands to try to find a missing cufflink or dirty fingers. Take pictures of people and ask them to pose in a way that they're that I can see their hands, like their hands crossed in front of them or whatever.
Blind them with that really old flash pan thing.
I don't have a flash pan. I don't think I do.
Well, just a flash pan, like those old photography things that had like the flash.
Oh, the flash powder. Yeah. In theory, it's probably like because of the setting. It's probably not black powder. It's probably like a very small soulstone or something like that. That powers the
Sure.
flash.
That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
So Alex and Spicer are going up. Ella and Draven are staying back. Is that right?
Yep.
The non-coms are staying back.
You say
I mean,
non.
I'm also a non-com, but just
I'm the only combat personnel on this.
Perfect. You deserve to be in the front. Go for it.
I'm going front. This is the back's the fighting. This is all part of Dice's plan.
Probably.
All right. So the two of you make your way forward on the train. You can sense that the kind of level of panic is rising as apparently Beecham has not been quiet about what's going on, and everybody obviously felt the train speed up, which does not seem like a good idea. You keep making your way forward. You pass through the two dining cars. People give you strange looks because usually no one goes forward of the dining cars. But then you make your way through the fuel car and up to the engine room.
Can I, before we walk in, draw my gun?
Yeah.
Because I do not. I've learned my lesson.
I want to have my wrench out just to make it look like I'm walking with a purpose there.
Okay. While that's happening, Ella and Draven are in the back car. You see Beecham kind of busying himself. He seems to be like checking on different things and talking to his guards. And after within a few minutes of when the other two leave, you see Arlen, the bookkeeper guy, come back onto this train, and he approaches Mr. Beecham, and they start having a quick conversation.
I'm gonna try to eavesdrop.
Okay, are you trying to hide the fact that you're eavesdropping?
Not particularly.
Okay, so as you get closer, Arlen's gonna notice you, and he's gonna try to like cover or like turn so that you can't hear as easily. But he appears to be trying to calm Mr. Beecham down, as he's also kind of on edge. And Beecham starts like pacing back and forth, like 2 steps at a time, as Arlen like quietly is seems to be somewhere between like telling him off and trying to calm him down.
Does Arlen have both of his cufflinks?
Why don't you give me a target number?
Oh, nice.
A what?
Target number 8, notice check.
I think I succeed exactly. 8.
So as they're having this conversation, you're closer to his left side, and you look down and you see that he's wearing a cufflink. And as the conversation gets a little bit more heated, he moves his hand to shift the grip that he has on his book, and you catch a quick glimpse of his right hand, and he is missing the cufflink.
Oh,
Intriguing.
damn it.
Shocked gasp.
Interesting. I'll keep that to myself.
Okay.
Out of character, excuse me, but but in character, like, I mean, no way of knowing.
Yeah, like what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah,
Just start sprinting away?
no,
And
it's
be
true,
like,
yeah.
guys. No, I'm gonna keep an eye on him and just hang around being creepy.
It is what you do best, so.
Aw, thanks.
What about Ella? What is she doing?
I was trying to look around for, just still looking around, seeing who else is being creepy besides our friend, and just trying to get a vibe check, but I assume I wasn't getting anything.
Let's check again in this car. Give me a target number 8. Did you want to do scrutiny for the people or notice to see if you see anything?
Noted.
Okay. So you also see Arlen come in and start talking to Mr. Beecham. And you kind of look around the crowd, and again, you kind of just get this general panicky vibe from everyone. But as you turn around and Arlen walks past you, you notice that on his pant leg, there's a little bit of chalk dust.
Oh, crap.
Oh, okay, Mr. Harlan. So in my head, I'm like thinking that we got to deal with this. This is who it is. But I wonder if anybody else has thought anything. So I'm gonna take a survey of my. Where would I be closest? Who's the closest teammate I would have?
Harry is there with you, and I guess want to call Victoria. She's kind of on your team thematically, but she's there, and then Draven's there.
Can I discreetly, as possible, tell my paid compatriots, people who are getting paid with me, not to Victoria? I'm trying to hide it from Victoria.
Okay. Let's put a quick pin in that, and we'll come right back to it. So,
Perfect.
Alex and Spicer get the engineering car. And as you get inside, you see the engineer, who theoretically is driving the train, has a shovel in his hand, and he is swinging it at a creature who appears to be made out of ice or snow and appears to be attacking him. The controls to the train are covered over with ice. Seems to have locked him into the accelerate position, which is why the train is going too fast. So let's vote for initiative.
Yep.
Does Draven and Ella have to participate, or are you all good?
They don't need to flip for initiative.
Okay.
We'll just do like a narrative thing at the end of every turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think Spicer went first, so let's just pull you guys back.
Oh god.
We'll say that Alex and the toolkit are kind of like in the doorway here.
Great. I love being the just sponge for the first.
Hey, I mean, unless you would have very deliberately made the choice to hang back and let Alex go ahead.
Nah. I just remembered the I'm not sure if this okay, that's gonna we'll do initiative first.
Yeah. So you want to flip?
And then yep.
All right. Amos?
I'm trying to remember where I found the initiative number.
It's on your derived aspects.
And get rid of this and flip. 7.
All right. Do you guys want to choose a turn order? Because you died.
You want me to go first, or you want to go first since you're in the front?
Does the gammon go first, or would it be one of us? I would kind of like to go first because I have one talent is when I attack somebody who has not yet acted during dramatic time, I can add a suit of my choice to the final deal total, which could be useful. Or not. I mean,
we don't know yet.
Okay, well that's fun because the Kalich will go first.
Oh, great.
Kyle
Of course he does.
How do you Cailleach? Kyle. I'm gonna go with that. Kyle.
Sounds right to me.
And he's gonna charge Spicer.
Of course.
I'm just imagining this thing screaming like Donnie from the Wild Thornberries.
Guys, you remember 3-inch melee ranges? Holy shit.
Oh, dang.
All right, yeah. So this strange creature is going to let out a howl and then charge directly towards Spicer. Give me a target 11 defense
Fantastic.
check.
I don't think. Nope. That's +3. That doesn't. Nope. That's a fail. That's 7.
All right, so we'll do a negative twist. Uh-oh.
Oh God! Really?
3 damage and slow.
Okay.
And one more time.
What?
Charge, he gets 2.
Oh. Oh, fantastic.
Target number 11.
Oh my God! That's a 5.
You want to cheat? That's a straight flip.
I have 0 cards to cheat with.
Oh,
Oh jeez.
that was the most horrible sequence of cards that could have possibly happened. Holy shit. Okay, that will be 4 damage and slow, but you can't take slow twice.
Well, I'm out of wounds. Like I'm down.
Okay,
Oh,
you have to track your negative wounds, so don't forget to
Oh, okay, so that's 4, was it?
4. Yeah,
Okay, so I used to have 5 wounds, and now I've got 7 damage. Great.
you have armor or no?
I do not.
All right, so you're gonna get a critical effect. Take a target number 10 check. See if you stay awake.
Oh my God!
Oh boy.
This is the worst. This is the worst. Okay. Nope.
mm,
So you will go prone and go unconscious.
Do you want me to like just? Can I mark the? I mean, we'll know. Like I don't have to mark it. We'll know.
oh boy.
Well, good luck. I tried.
Bad things happen.
That's
That
true.
is
Yeah.
that is the tagline of the game. Oh, and it was severe, so that's a fun thing. Oh, that's bad.
What is
What's
it?
your health at? -2?
Oh no. So you were saying?
What is your
get
health
that.
at currently?
-7.
Mm,
Not -7. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, my wounds are like I have 5 wounds and I took 7 damage.
So -2.
Sorry, -2. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna gain a critical effect called agonizing pain.
Yep, that checks out.
Do you happen to have I forget what it's called on your armor? Protected legs?
I have no armor.
You have no armor. Okay, well that is
No.
agonizing pain. You will generate 1 less AP at the start of every turn during dramatic time until this is.
I mean, I'm passed out, am I not? So
Yeah,
it
but you
doesn't
keep
really.
this until you get surgery. So,
Okay, fair enough.
and that will also track between. Well, it won't track between games. We'll say you can fix it, but
Thank you. It's the kindest thing you've said all turn.
If you survive.
Yeah.
all right. Spicer's turn. Spicer is slow and generates 1 less AP, which would be no AP. But you're unconscious anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
So Alex is up.
oh boy.
That wasn't supposed
So-
to be that bad, but those cards.
Yeah, but then
Those
just
cards.
the flips were horrible.
If I could flip like that in a game of Malifaux, I'd be a fucking pro.
I know.
Mm, so we had. It's been too long. How much AP? 2 per turn?
Yeah.
And it's 1 to move my toolkit?
Yeah.
And then what's it to charge or?
2.
Charge 2.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tricky.
What happened? You played a game of Infinity and now you don't remember how to play Malifaux?
I haven't played Malifaux. When was the last time we played? I've been studying too many rule sets lately.
Okay.
Well, I don't think anything else is going to happen to you, so. To hell with it, we're going in on the wrench. Charging.
Thank you for blocking it from attacking me further.
I mean, keep in mind you can Dr. Spicer during dramatic time.
I couldn't I?
Well, I'm not saying you should do that now, but I'm just saying you might want to try to, if you can stay in range of both, that might be a good idea. So you can do it later.
Select the wrench. You see if
What's
I
the
can.
range
Yeah,
on the
it's still in range. 2.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, you can easily do it then.
All right, that's what the second circle is for. All right, let's wrench it.
Wrench away. Let's see. Target number 12.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening. I don't even have enough to cheat for that.
Try again.
All right, next one.
Yo, these cards fucking hate you guys.
They really do.
We
Oh my
flipped all the
God.
good ones. Like
That's
we flipped
incredible.
all the high ones already. It's
Literally,
like, it's just the trickling
he
down of.
got moderate on a negative. He then got severe on a straight, and then he got severe for the critical effect. And you guys have flipped like 5s and under.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I'm just
Okay.
flailing my wrench.
Well, at least you're almost done flipping so we can draw
Yeah, that's true. Get some cards
twist
in
the
your hand.
cards.
I feel like we've taken a lot of checks, but because they weren't in combat, it's not as much.
Yeah.
So, all right. So
Mhm.
jump back to Ella, having her little moment of crisis when she realizes what's happening in the back train car.
She pauses for an extremely long time because her mic is muted. And then
Classic Ella.
she grabs. Yep, classic Ella. She's still recovering from being drunk. The water's just finally getting into her. And she reaches over and grabs the hand of her friend right next to her and subtly points over at Mr. Bookkeeper and whispers in their ear and says, "He's got the chalk and missing."
So you said that to Draven, right?
Yeah.
So Turtle, what is Draven? I guess Draven just also came to the same realization. So
I am focused on the suspect, I guess.
well, that's who she was talking about. Ella was telling
Yeah.
you that. Yeah. Okay.
I kind of nod that I'm well aware of that. I'm well aware of that, darling. But what to do about it? I take a picture.
Either
mean,
you're at it awkwardly or take a picture. Those are your two go-tos.
Well, I mean, I'm not in a fight currently, so there's not much I can do about that. So, like, well, what do you propose, darling, we should do about it?
Do you have the cup link?
I do not.
Hey Terry, I know you're having a rough day, but can you go get the cup link from the guys up front, please? I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose the suspect.
No, I object.
All right.
I object.
How about this, darling? Why don't you stay here, keep schmoozing him, and if he goes anywhere, follow her or follow him, and then I will go investigate and bring back the cufflink. Fair?
Okay, there, go. Hurry
I'm
up,
gonna
please.
start making my way to the front. My character doesn't know the shit show he's about to walk in on.
I'm trying to decide if I'm going to allow you to do this because I think you're only doing it because you know what's going on up there, but your character doesn't know that.
I am not at all. I want it. My goal is to. I thought he had the thing. My goal is to go bring it up to him, saying, "Hey, look what you lost. Well, look what I also found." That is my goal. I am not trying to metagame this at all. No.
She's more sociable, so if being asked to do this, I would rather her be the person to try to schmooze him while I go do the important thing, versus me just stare at him awkwardly, and if he goes somewhere, just make things super awkward. But
Okay, fine, I believe you. But can you? So, Turtle, you're going up to the front.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way up.
Okay.
Not in any particular hurry.
Okay, I was gonna say, can you? What's your walk speed?
5.
I'm gonna say that's gonna take you 3 turns to get there of like.
Oh
dramatic.
God.
I'll be there just in time for a seance.
It's several. Honestly, I think I'm being generous by saying 3. It's probably should be more, but it's
I mean,
a long way.
if I do the dash or whatever, that's 2 movements.
Yeah, but you just said you're not in a hurry, and even then, it's
Yeah.
only adding your athletics to the distance you can move in a turn. So
Oh yeah, I forgot it doesn't work the same as the game.
I'm only saying it's 3 because I think that what just took place in the back car would have taken place earlier than the beginning of the combat if you line up the timelines. So there's a
Yeah.
little bit of a split there. So you probably were halfway up there before the combat jumped off.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. So back in the engineering room, the engineer is going to kind of collect himself and he's just going to grab. Well, he's got a shovel in his hand, so he's going to heft the shovel and he's going to charge at the monster. You see him smack the monster with the shovel, and you hear the ring of the shovel hitting something, but you also notice that part of the shovel seems to kind of pass through part of the monster because it's made out of some kind of like snowy amorphous material.
Hmm.
When he hits him, the monster will kind of turn its attention back to the engineer for a second, and as he tries to swing at it again, it'll jump out of the way. The monster will then activate, take a swipe at the engineer, and then he will turn back and take a swipe at Alex. So give me
Go
target number 11 defense check.
defense 3. Let's do it.
Hey,
13. Got a 13.
13. All right, sweet. So he's gonna swipe with his other hand at you, and you will you're able to see it coming and jump out of the way. And he lets out like a roar, and you see cold mist come out of whatever might be his mouth. And then we're back to Spicer.
I do nothing because I'm unconscious on the floor.
All
That's
right.
saving throw.
Yep.
And we're back to Alex.
That's my turn.
All right, we're gonna start by ordering my robot.
Okay.
Oh, we're close enough. And then I'm gonna wrench this thing and hope I hit something important.
Target number 12.
Yeah!
Oh boy,
No,
The deck hates us.
it really does.
but we get to draw cards.
Not yet.
Yep, that's true.
Still not done.
Actually, I don't know why I always say that. It doesn't really matter. Everybody can draw a card.
Yeah.
Yay!
Do we have to discard or no?
Nope. It's just a regular
And there
card.
was
draw.
much rejoicing.
This annoys me. I'm drawing low in this too.
Oh no.
Can't even cheat right.
You guys got to try to hit your on the pursuits, man. What you gotta try to fish for those duels to.
Yeah.
Can I expertise a wrench in this thing's head?
So
Gonna
hey
finesse
guys,
Hey,
this.
get creative. If you can come up with a good reason to make it work, I'll let you do it.
It's not a robot. I can't try and disassemble it while fighting.
No, not really.
Can I briefly regain consciousness, fail a notice check, and then just fall unconscious again?
Wait, I have a
What do you
crazy
notice in your
idea.
dreams? What were you gonna say, Turtle?
so my on the pursuit is only good in combat, and it's when you kill my Cetian, I draw a card.
Yeah.
So no fishing for me.
I mean, it'll come. Oh, that's interesting though, because you have to drop a card to create the Cetian, so it's not
Exactly.
even
So
a
I
net
could filter.
positive. It's a good cycle.
Yeah, I could sit in the back of the train and just keep killing Cetian until I end up with a 12, 13, and 11. But like,
I
You
have
do
an
it. Don't worry
idea.
about it. Ghost appears. Ghost disappears.
It appears, flips you off, disappears.
All right.
I
So
have
the
an
robot's up.
idea. Yep, I have an idea, but it relies on so many factors that are probably not here.
Yeah, let's see it.
Well, we're in the engine. Is there? I don't think there'd be steam. Is there like a heat transfer pipe or something above this creature or near it?
Looks like it to me.
All right,
Yeah.
robot. I'm gonna have my robot go and try and smack that near it and try and get it to like vent heat on this thing.
Interesting.
Hey, smart. That's good.
That's my robot's move.
All right. Is he gonna walk closer first, or what is he doing?
Well, he's gonna try and move to wherever he needs to hit the pipe on this thing.
What's his walk?
5.
Yeah, so he can charge right up to it if he wants.
Alright. Charge.
Oh, he can't charge through you.
Yeah. He was here, so hold on. I'm gonna do this in a way that makes sense. So 1, 2.
You have to charge in a straight line, but that wasn't where he was. He was a little.
So he's here?
He was like right there. Yeah.
Oh, so straight line charge. Okay.
He can walk across my feet. It's fine. I don't care.
He's gonna have to dance on you.
Yep.
So if this is a straight line, then he ends up there.
Yeah, he was a little shy of that, but that's fine.
Nudge it as needed.
Um. Let me make up some rules for how this will work off the top of my head on the fly.
I believe in you.
I'm going to say rather than it being a target number that you have to hit, it's going to be a damage threshold that you have to hit to break the pipe,
Oh,
because that
Sense.
makes more sense.
interesting.
Now the question is, do I tell you what it is? What is he fighting with?
He's using his hidden blade.
Mm.
1, 2, 4 damage track. Though I can do something with a 0 action if I still have time for that.
Yeah, you can do it before he charges.
Alright, I'm gonna do the 0 action sharpened. And I have a bunch of low cards to discard anyway, so we're gonna feed this one to the discard pile.
Is that a plus to the duel or the damage?
+2 damage.
Nice. Okay.
If we're aiming for a damage threshold, I want more damage.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to tell you the damage threshold because that's how it would work if it was an enemy.
Naturally.
But we'll make it a target number 6 to hit it
Alright.
because it's just a pipe.
And I don't flip for him, do I?
You do.
Oh, I do. Flip. Ooh.
You just can't cheat. Robot always comes in clutch every time.
Love you, robot.
Total?
His AV is 4 or 7 for some reason.
So the AV is 4 with a 7 in parentheses?
Yes.
Okay, so it's just a 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So
16.
16. Yep.
That would be a straight. It'll go to a plus for your thing.
Cool. So he has a double plus?
No, it would be a straight.
Oh, because, yeah, I get you now. Okay. Alright, so 1 plus 2 cards.
Mhm.
Flip. Ooh, 9. What is 9? That's what, moderate?
Yep. 2.
That's a 2.
Okay, so he smashes his blade into this pipe, and you see that it puts a dent in it, but it doesn't quite burst through.
Keep trying, robot.
Again, target number 6.
Oh, what did I just do? Alright, and flip. 9.
Okay, so straight flip for damage.
It's moderate 2.
There it is. All right, so it then lifts up the blade and smashes into the pipe again, and you hear a screeching sound as it tears some of the metal, and it lets out this loud pop and then a hiss as the pressure from inside the pipe is released. It shoots up. I'll say it's steam, and there's a little bit of condensation, so it's also spraying out some like water and water vapor. And let's do. How close are you to this pipe? Outside of 2, or outside of 1 rather. Let's do 2 points of damage to the toolkit.
Mhm.
And a point of burning.
A point to what?
Burning.
Alright, so he reduces that by 2, but only to 1, so because of the armor. What am I not looking at?
The monster also obviously takes the brunt of that explosion, and it lets out like another loud screech as it recoils away from the pipe.
It worked. Sort of.
And you notice that the part of its body that was closer to the pipe sort of starts to almost disappear as it sort of melts
I
away.
love the idea that like you probably yelled it worked and like the Spicer's still on the floor unconscious, not responding.
It worked.
Right, so that's the end for the toolkit, right?
Yeah, that's all it's got.
All right. Is Ella doing anything in the back while this is going on or no?
What is my mark doing?
He still appears to be arguing with his boss.
No, I'm just watching, keeping him close.
Okay. All right, so the engineer is going to do his best to defend himself from this monster, but he's also trying to fight him. So he's going to swing the shovel at him again. This time, he doesn't seem to have quite as much luck. The monster is kind of in a frenzy at this point, and it's flailing its arms around. So he swings the shovel at him twice, and both times it seems to either miss or be deflected off of the creature's arms. The creature will then take another swipe at him, and you would notice that the engineer was looking pretty bloody, but as he swipes at him again, he catches him in his midsection and tears open his clothes. You see like slash marks across his chest. Guy looks like he's in pretty rough shape.
Oh no.
Notice that where the tear marks are, the skin appears to be slightly like frosted, as if it was being frozen as he was cutting him. And then he will take another swipe at Alex.
Let's go.
Target number 11.
Defense 3. That's not enough.
What's total?
8.
All right, so he'll take a negative. Another moderate on negative. Look at me. Never
Mm-hmm.
happens when I'm alpha. That'll be 3 damage and slow.
All right. Yikes.
Don't forget to resolve the burning on the toolkit. Should take another point.
All right. Toolkit is down to 2.
Okay, back to Spicer. We're gonna have another exciting activation, I assume.
Yeah, just the fun never ends.
Will yourself back to consciousness.
I'm trying.
All right, back to Alex with your slow.
Oh boy. All right, we're going to burn one on the robot to have it do some actions again. Nope, 2. And we're going to use the other point to swing at him.
You're slow.
Shit. Okay, we're just going to drop that on the robot then.
MVP toolkit.
Yep. All right, robot, I believe in you.
Gonna 0 first or no?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Discard that. We're going to go enhanced targeting, choosing close combat, so we'll gain a plus to attacks using it.
Okay, and these last for 2 turns, right?
Until the end of the target's next turn, and he's targeting himself, so he still does have the damage, yes.
Right.
Until the end of this one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So target number 12.
And then a double. Wow.
Oh my god, really?
On a positive.
Uh-oh. What's that put him at? 8?
8.
All right, that'll fail. One more.
One more.
Yeah, he's not slow.
Yo!
Yeah.
That's a thing.
All right.
No robot. Yeah.
Does he have triggers?
Does
Nope.
he? Oh.
No robo triggers, unfortunately.
Is that an 18?
Yep.
All right, that's a straight flip. Goes to a plus for your thing.
Ooh,
Nice.
4 damage.
Nice.
Go robot.
Indeed. I feel like every time the robot's in a session, that's kind of how it goes. Robot unsuspectingly comes in and does dirt.
I mean, it's kind of like Terry, like found the one guy we need.
Yeah.
Always just like the assistant NPCs just coming in clutch.
Okay, so you see the robot take a stab at the monster. It misses its first shot, but then it jabs the knife right into its midsection, and the monster lets out another howl. All right, so Draven is still moseying his way up the train. He's about a car away at this point. And
When the robot busted the pipe, did that make the train slow down or still going the same speed?
it's still going the same speed.
Okay.
Good
Not a
question.
big enough hole.
Yeah,
I'll
so I
say
should be
behind
there.
the scenes it did have an effect, but not that effect.
Okay. So by the end of next round, I should be up there.
Turns out what I
Okay.
slashed was a brake line, and we're all screwed.
Probably.
I mean, it's probably not a good idea to damage like the pipes in a train to begin with, but it's
Personally, I thought it was a great idea, so
I mean, usually mechanically it probably has bad results, but like if it's this works.
It wouldn't be a problem if as long as the engineer doesn't die.
Yeah, that's true. He can fix it.
I
If we
reward
fix him.
creativity, and he had to do a lot to make that happen. So let's just say you don't see it, but on my end, that was a good choice. Okay, so Ella still just eyeing this guy up.
And awkward long pauses.
Okay, so as the toolkit slashes this thing again, the engineer is getting ready to heft the shovel to smash him again, hoping that he can use the opening to get a good shot in. But at that very second, the monster seems to. It looks like it evaporates. It just kind of disappears.
I don't believe it. I'm unconscious and I don't believe it. Like in his hallucinations, like his like lucid dreaming while he's out, he's just like, nope, it's gonna come back.
How do we want to do this? Yeah, it's fine. We'll call that the end of the combat encounter. So Alex and Spicer can discard as many cards as they want and then draw until they have 3.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, you know what? I'll say Draven can too, because technically you joined the battle in this turn and the turn started. So
Sweet.
Oh, thank God, my hand is so much better now.
And draw back up to max.
I am begging to draw cards. Please.
I was trying to think of a reason, but you were not involved in any way. So sorry.
This is such bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Sarcasm magic.
That's true. Every time you fail casting magic, you can't draw cards.
Actually, wait, are you an
So-
illusionist this session?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. I don't know what to visualize and mimic. Yeah, nothing. I have nothing no grounds on this.
All right. So I'll say at that minute, Draven bursts into or I guess moseys into the room. And you see Spicer on the floor. You see this toolkit standing over a leaking pipe. And you see this engineer, bloody, cut up, holding a shovel like it's ready to attack somebody.
In response, I take a picture.
Oh,
It's a good action shot. I don't know.
it's true.
Well, what happened here?
Oh boy, a lot.
Is he going to get up?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I am a doctor.
The
Yep.
engineer is gonna is gonna bring the shovel down, but like keep it at the ready and kind of look around as if does not believe that this monster is actually gone. He's kind of stay alert.
Not a bad idea.
I have
Oh.
nothing for this situation. I'm gonna ask for the please, darling. Is the oh, it slipped my mind yet again. The little piece of metal that goes on a cuff. The link kind, you know.
The linking kind.
I believe I found who is responsible for it. It is that bookkeeper, the suspicious-looking one.
Oh, wonderful. I think we just
May
found
I-
one of his friends here.
May I borrow the cufflink?
Sure. I have no idea where it is. I'm gonna pat down Spicer. Try and find it.
Just lying there, like, yeah, go for it. It's in one of the front pockets. It's hard to miss.
Got it.
I'm gonna totally ignore wipe the blood off of it, and then turn and leave.
Can do a
Fantastic.
doctor check or
Wait, so is Draven heading back to the other car?
What could I possibly do to help?
No, I was just asking. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make my way back, but a little bit faster than the
Okay.
nosing that I did previously.
Fair enough.
making his way down.
Okay, Alex is doing a doctor check on Spicer or himself.
Yep. On Spicer, I want to get him back on his feet.
Okay,
Thank you.
target number 5.
I don't know if we have 5 minutes to do this because otherwise I could put the under my care on him.
Doesn't seem urgent at all. There's nothing extremely dangerous happening right now.
Yeah, no, we're not going to bother with that.
Nothing
We're just going to
hovering
go straight
over us
for
at
it.
all. Nope.
There's no runaway train or mysterious monster or Guy.
Time for emergency surgery. Just gonna turn to the robot. Nurse, scalpel.
Beep boop.
I feel like that scalpel should be bent in like a horseshoe shape at this point. It's smashing pipe with it, but
It's just the knife, but now kind of fucked up. All right, flipping. 9 plus
Hey,
10, 11, 12.
that is very good actually.
2 health.
All right, you are at 0.
So you'll regain consciousness, but you keep that critical effect. So don't forget that if we get back into combat.
That's so that was agonizing. Right? Was it agonizing?
Yeah, agonizing pain. It's just 1 less AP.
Do I still have slow or is it
No, the slow went away.
okay?
But now
If we
you
get out of here, I'll do surgery. But for right now, we have more urgent things to worry about.
All right, so Spicer wakes up.
Barely.
Kinda,
Everything is pain.
yeah.
Just, ugh. But yeah, I mean,
Hold your
between
bits
that
together.
between that and the Nephilim from last session, he's
You gotta go of it for sure.
yep.
Yeah, little one.
Lesson learned, like always, kind of like keep to the back of the big guy with a big robot, so you don't get hit by the first thing that comes at you.
You're a gentleman taking that for everyone else.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
like
mean,
face. All right, so the train lurches as it continues to pick up speed, almost as if to remind you that you're still on a runaway train.
I think Spicer kind of just like just barely wheezes at the train, like the engineer, like kind of. Is there any way to stop that?
The engineer's gonna look over at you, and he's finally gonna put the shovel all the way down. I don't know what the hell that thing was, but it froze up all the controls, and I'm too cut up to really do much about it. And it seems like the adrenaline finally drains, and he kind of slumps against the wall.
Can the
He was
robot do some
just barely hanging on.
like ice picking? I don't know. I mean, could the robot do some ice picking? Like, I mean, like robots don't really get tired.
I don't know. You want to ask the robot?
I don't think the robot will answer to Spicer because it's not his daddy.
Probably not.
So he did. Does your toolkit? Do you think your toolkit can? I don't know. Just break up some of the ice on that control panel.
I don't think so. I haven't installed the blowtorch yet.
I think the blowtorch will just create a whole new problem.
If only we had an engineer in the party whose expertise was machines.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna go over there and try and do something.
All right, so you take a look over the control panel, and the acceleration lever looks pretty stuck. It's frozen in there pretty good, but it might be worth trying to yank on it to see if you can pull it down so that you're decelerating. But you also notice that there is an access panel that is not frozen over. That might be another way to potentially manipulate it.
Let's go for that access panel. I'm not gonna sit here wailing at a bar that's already been pulled on.
All right, so you open the access panel, and why don't you give me a target number 10 engineering check and take a plus?
All right. Flip. So that becomes a 13.
Did you cheat that 9?
Yeah, I cheated it in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Man, these cards fucking hate you guys today. I gave you the plus, and you still got a 5.
Yes.
Okay, so you open the access panel, and you start trying to make heads or tails of the mechanics of the train. Trains are not your area of expertise, but it's similar enough to furnaces that or burners that you've used for some older constructs that you've worked on before, and you're quickly able to figure out which one of them sends power to the accelerator, and you cut a wire, and then you also manage to figure out which one controls the brake, and you manipulate it so that it is steadily applying the brake. So first everybody feels the train stop accelerating, and then you hear a little bit of a squeal, and this train slowly starts to decelerate.
That is fantastic news.
Where the hell are these guys? They're taking forever. Jesus Christ.
Ella just drinking champagne, like,
Do I get back?
not quite yet. As you feel the train start to slow down, Ella, you see Arlen kind of straighten up his posture, and he suddenly blurts out in a much louder voice than you've heard him use before. The Kalich has had plenty of time to reach his full strength. Now you'll pay for what you did to me. He says that to Beecham, who's still standing in front of him. And he suddenly shoots out ice magic at Beecham, but his bodyguard steps in the way and takes the blast. At the same time, suddenly there's a horrific screeching sound as something peels back the top of the train car like the lid of a sardine can. Icy wind and snow blast down into the car, forcing you to shield your eyes, but you can barely make out the form of a hulking snow demon floating in the cold wind overhead. It grins down at Mr. Beecham and reaches towards him with long, grasping claws.
I'm going to create an illusion of a Beecham, but no.
All right, well, let's flip for initiative first.
Oh, fuck.
Oh boy.
I'm going to say
me?
that Draven, he does not hear what Arlen said, but as he walks through the door,
I'm gonna take a picture.
yeah, of course.
Of course.
As you walk in the door, that's when the roof gets peeled off and you see the monster there. So
Yes,
you can
perfect
also-
time for a photo.
it's a pretty good photo op.
Snap.
Oh, what was that? Total on initiative?
11.
Okay. And
Better than me.
Turtle, you want to give me a initiative?
I don't really want to, but I get a 6.
You have good initiative, huh?
Yeah.
I have a +5.
Nice.
Dang.
Is there a map for this?
Yeah. Hang on.
Is that like actually like a creature that was mentioned kind of like in Malfalo before? I don't remember recognize the name.
Nope.
Hmm.
All right. So on that note, what does everybody in the engineering room do after they successfully stop the train? Or
Just crawl out the door. I like kind of if I can even pick myself up.
I mean, you could have stayed on your feet at 0 wounds. It's not like you're dead, right? You're,
Oh, I thought I did. No, but I felt unconscious.
right, but now you're awake. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
So, okay, fair enough.
But now you're standing.
borderline
Okay.
dead. It just means that you're hurt.
I'm assuming we heard that loud ass noise just now.
Hmm.
I'll say you heard something. Yeah, you heard you certainly would have felt the train shudder, and maybe even heard the screech of the metal.
Oh boy. I'm gonna turn to the engineer. You got this?
He's gonna give you like a very faint wave. I think you did it. Go see what's going on.
I'm gonna nod and start heading towards the rest of the party.
Okay.
Pretty
Same,
fast.
yeah. But this time I'm walking behind him because I have
And
learned a
behind
lesson.
the toolkit is
Yes.
the MVP.
I have learned a valuable lesson, which
What are both of your walks?
not to face check. Yep.
5.
I think my walk is 5 as well.
4.
Yes, it is 4. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any ranks in athletics?
1, I think. Yeah. So I'm at -1 for AV. So yeah,
What about ranks in the skill?
1.
All right. So if you guys are hurrying, well, does Alex have ranks in athletics or no?
I have 4 ranks in athletics.
Really? Nice.
Or 1
Well,
rank. 2.
check you out.
My
Jeez.
AV is 4.
No, I need ranks, not AV.
Rank is 2.
Okay, that's still pretty good. I'll say that you can make it in 2 turns if you're hurrying,
Well, let's do this.
and that Spicer can make it in 3 if he's hurrying.
Mhm.
All right, so I think everybody is ready to go. So I'm just gonna change your name to Ella, so it's easy to know. Terry is here too, right?
Yeah, we're
Yep.
You want to grab a token for her?
was Tony last time, so depending on how you feel about that, we
Oh, she's gonna die this time, so I'm definitely not putting Tony.
wow.
I don't want to get banned from the server.
As dogmatized, apparently the banning doesn't work because I've tried to ban him like 100 times.
No, do Sonya, obviously. Come on. Play the politics, right?
Should I cheat? Can I cheat my initiative?
No.
Okay, so that's just a new edition thing.
All right. I think we're good to go. So,
Yay.
Big Scary Monster is going to go first. He is going to charge at Beecham, but he can't get to him. He's going to take a poke at the bodyguard. This is the one with the firm butt.
Oh no!
No!
He's going to take 2 big swipes at him and hit him.
But
center
will
at-
the butt repel them? That's the question.
Unfortunately, he aimed for not the butt, so it didn't work. Yeah, he gets +1 armor if you attack his butt, but he was attacked in the chest.
He has protected rams on the butt.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a symbol of a peach instead of the little ram symbol.
I want that perk.
All right, so he takes 2 pretty good chunks out of him, and you again, anybody looking notices that the injuries frost up, and that is him. So, fun thing about this combat encounter is because this train car is still full of people. I'm not going to put out tokens for the large crowd of people that are standing around, but because it's still full of people, for this fight, everyone involved is going to have the following condition. It's called crowd +8. Anytime one of you guys declare an action, you're going to reduce your final duel total by the value of this condition,
Which is 8. Oh,
which is
no.
currently 8. You may spend 1 AP to lower the value of the crowd condition on every fated character in the battle by 1. And that represents your attempts to shout at the crowd, herd them away, push them into corners, get them out of the way, or get them to calm down so that they're not obstructing your attacks or whatever it is that you're doing, or distracting you, I suppose. So again, to visualize it, this whole train car is completely full of people, and they're all in. If they were in a panic before, they're now in just outright. I mean, everyone's freaking the hell out and running around, and everybody's in everyone's way. So they're trying to get to the doors, but there's too many people. They're pushing and shoving. People are falling. It's just chaos.
Is it just a corpse, the spoopy, or is it?
What was
Don't
that?
worry about it.
Okay. Oh, I
Don't-
see. I see that. No,
That's
okay.
Mr.
I
Spoopy.
gotcha. Yep.
Don't
All right,
worry about it. It's fine.
Ella's up.
I'm going to use 1 action to scream at everybody to get out.
right.
And I'm going to use my other action to command Terry.
Okay.
And she is going to poison the melee attack. I
Okay.
gotta see how far we are from it.
Let me see if this condition affects her. Hang on a second. No, it only affects the fated, so she's actually immune to it, but she also can't lower it. So
Okay. Is she within 1 inch?
no, let's see. Yeah.
Sweet. She stabby.
All right, target number 12.
There it is. Absolutely not. AV5? No, AV3. I can't see that. Oh, it's a 5. So, yeah. Does not make it.
Okay.
5 plus whatever 5 plus 3.
So 8, yeah, that misses. Doing it again, or
Yes. She has
Okay.
2 attacks.
target number 12.
That one will hit. 11 plus 5. That's 16. I can do math.
All right, so that will be a negative twist for damage.
2 of them. 9 and 7.
So moderate.
So it'd be moderate. 2, or sorry, it's 1, 1, 2. And it's a poison plus 1.
All right, sounds good. She's done.
It is. That's all she's got.
All right, next up is Mr. Devlin. See what kind of shenanigans he can do.
Probably not a lot, I hope.
So Arlen is going to. I'm sorry. Yeah, Arlen Devlin. That's his name. He is going to turn around.
No, don't look at me.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yep, he's gonna turn around. He's gonna run Draven.
Ah,
Because he knows who you're with.
does he?
Yup.
He must really hate the guild. Yeah.
He really hates the way you were staring at him and asking him for interviews.
This is your revenge, isn't it, Dice?
Give me a target number 12 defense tool.
I will get a 14.
That will
I'm
fail.
great.
Let's try it again.
Now. Okay, 9. Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, with a negative. That'll be 3 damage and slow.
I'm barely conscious.
All right, you're up.
So when he hits me, from my front pocket, an old photograph falls out, or a plethora of old photographs fall out, and all of them are black and white photos of old portraits and stuff. Except in the background of all of them, there's like distorted or ghostly figures in the background. The lights dim for a second, and a
Oh, I love
a spooky person is suddenly standing in the middle of the crowd.
Nice.
that is really cool.
I am a spirit photographer, and so I discard a card, discard a 2 to do that at the start of my turn. Bonus action. I'm gonna look through my camera. Is that anything in here a ghost?
Only the thing you just made.
Okay, cool. And then I'm going to 1 AP scare the shit out of people and make them start running.
Was it an AP to summon him?
Nope, it's the start of my turn.
Okay. Yeah, so you haven't you're still slow, so that's your first AP then, right?
Yeah, my first AP is to scare the shit out of people,
All
and
right.
my 0 action is to look through the camera,
Right, okay.
and that's it for me. I was super successful.
Okay, so the end of the turn. That's only the first turn, so you're not here yet. Oh, I said second turn, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's put Alex in. Flip for initiative.
Flipping. 8.
Okay, so you will be arriving soon.
Oops.
Go back to the couch. He is going to take another swipe at the bodyguard. This time when he hits the bodyguard is going to suddenly become engulfed in basically a block of ice. His whole body becomes frozen, similar to what you saw
Not the beautiful butt.
in the back.
No,
The beautiful butt has been frozen. He's then going to turn his attention on Terry because she stabbed him and he didn't like that.
Good luck, Terry. I love you.
Target number 11 on Terry. You don't do a flip for this. Just tell me what her defense is, the number in the parentheses.
Defense. 9.
Okay, sweet. So it will hit her with a negative. He finally gets weak damage. So that's 2.
that's what the weak damage looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And we're back to Ella.
So she's down to 2 wounds.
Okay.
I don't really got much for this guy. I'm going to
Magic has
tell.
so many different things that it can do. I feel like there's got to be something, but it's also going to be hard to cast right now because you're +6 to or -6 to whatever you do.
So you're saying if we're using an action to yell. So can I use my actions to yell for the rest of my team and continuously lower it?
Yeah, you can do it twice.
Sweet. I'm gonna repeat my previous move. I'm going to start pushing people out of the way and tell Dysentery to keep stabbing with that dysentery hair pokey.
All right. So she's gonna try to poke him again.
Yes.
Target number 12.
Definitely +5, 7 + 5. That makes it. Yeah, just makes it.
Okay, so double negative on damage.
Pardon?
One more. It's double negative if it's a tie.
So 6 plus So that'd be 1.
And poison, right?
And another poison.
All right. I will flip a card and not tell you guys what it means. Be mysterious. Okay. Doesn't matter. Doing it again?
Of course.
All right, go for it. Target number 12.
5 beats it.
What's that, a
And
13?
then- yes, it is.
So with a negative.
Just a negative, not a double negative. Sweet.
Oh.
1.
No.
All right, I'll flip another card and not tell you what it means. These are critical effects on the monster, in case anybody was actually
Oh.
not.
What? Really?
Okay, well that one you guys will like. The it's now dazed. So that's
Oh,
fun. All right. Okay, so now Devlin will go. Did the ghost do anything after you summoned it, or it just popped up and that was it?
I mean, it literally can't do anything.
Right. Okay.
It's just spooky. I mean,
All right,
it
so
looks
then
menacing.
It's trying its best. Like, let's just stop judging. It's
Does he notice the ghost pop up next to him?
I was trying to come up with a justification for why he might attack the ghost instead of attacking you, but he's just gonna attack you because the ghost just appeared and he doesn't care. He's just gonna fight you. So target number
All right.
12.
All right, I have a 6 defense now.
Nice.
God. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. If I tie, I'm still losing, right?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to get hit.
Nice.
So I get a 19.
All right, that will miss dramatically, decisively. But he's gonna try again. Target number 12. Show me 7.
19 again.
All right, so he reaches up with his hand, and you see this frost kind of appear in the air, and suddenly shoots the little ice shards at you. But you see it coming, and the ghost distracts him a bit, so he tries it twice, and both times they just bury themselves in the wall behind you.
Your ice has no power here.
I'm just glad nobody's said ice to meet you yet, because then I'd really ban you. All right, Alex is up.
All right. Am I entering from behind Draven here?
Yep. I'll say there's space to scoot around him. It's fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna robot now. Oh boy. I took time thinking about what I wanted to do and I never came to an answer.
At the end of the turns, does the condition decrease naturally?
No.
That's really weird. You think people would be running for their lives?
Well, I'm gonna put my toolkit like parallel with where I was just to mark it. No, leave it. Screw it, we're just gonna try and charge. I'm assuming Spoopy is the guy we're after.
No, he's not. Spoopy is Draven's pet ghost.
Where are we aiming?
Well, they don't know that.
That's true.
Don't have enough. Let me check this.
Devlin is the guy that you're fighting. He's in the middle.
Oh,
He's frosty.
then I can just walk into him. But I will charge. All right, time to wrench.
All right. Target number 11.
So I keep losing the dang wrench.
Remember the negative. What's the negative at right now?
5.
Gross.
Really, target number 16.
I don't think I can do this no matter what. Can I undo that? Because I don't think I can actually successfully do anything right now.
Sure.
To where I was. I'm going to use both my actions to shoo more people out here.
All right. And Draven's up.
I'm gonna continue scaring the crap out of people until they leave.
All right. Down to 1.
And then bonus action look through my lens, just in case.
There's 100 ghosts in the room. No, I'm just kidding. No ghosts.
Happiest day. Oh, you're mean.
Turns out we're in the middle of Vagrant Song.
Yeah, exactly. We kind of are.
yeah.
Pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I still haven't
okay.
gotten that one. Yeah.
So why don't Spicer flip for initiative?
Oh yeah. Okay. I see how it is.
At a 1?
Oh no.
No, I'm it's 4, but still, like it's Yeah,
All right. Well, there's a bit of a traffic jam there anyway. So,
that's true.
all right. Big bad monster man is gonna go. He is going to take a swipe at the other bodyguard, and then take a swipe at the other bodyguard, and freeze him.
What's his melee reach?
3.
Gross.
It's real dumb.
Yikes.
It's real dumb.
Is my spirit engaged with it?
Probably right. Let's see. No, not quite.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, the bodyguards have effectively served their purpose, which is to buy you time, but they're dead now. So, hell is up.
Can I see that threat range again?
That's all of it.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Half the damn car.
Whew.
but I mean, he sent it after Beecham, right? Like, kind of like he wish we still have some time. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, the monster is
It'll be fun.
almost exclusively focused on Beecham. He's just trying to get to Beecham.
Well, I was joking, but that's fair. Yeah.
He only took a swipe at Terry because she attacked him.
Mm.
When does he take poison?
End of the turn.
Okay.
Hell is up.
Oh yeah. So I am going to get the hell out of Dodge. Hold on. How do you? Can you move me 2 inches out towards Spoopy?
Well, you have to disengage if you want to move out of his melee range.
You can walk through Spoopy.
Okay, cool. Well, I will stand there screaming at people, "Move, sillies!" And
All right, conditions over.
and then initiate stabby with the poison
Okay.
with my girl 2 times.
All right, let's do it. Target number 12.
No, fails the first one.
Oh.
Why'd you get a plus?
It was negative, wasn't it?
No.
Oh,
Why would it be a negative?
I don't know. I thought you've been saying negative the whole time. My apologies.
Yeah, that was a 1.
Mm.
So first one fails. Do it again, I assume.
I
Yeah.
mean, the second one is. We
That'll
know
be
what
the
the second one is going to be. Yeah.
All right. So what's her AV? 5 or 4 or 5?
5.
So 18.
Yes.
Straight flip on damage.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's heavy, right?
I'm sorry. Was it the 8 you flipped?
Yes.
That's moderate.
Oh, so 1.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot he has dazed, so those target numbers should have actually been 10, but it didn't change anything.
It's literally death by 1,000 pinpricks, but
Yeah, it super is. So with that, you will see this big monster as it goes to take another swipe at Beecham, its real target. She will stab him one last time, and this time its body, instead of dissolving and kind of floating away, it will dissolve and kind of collapse on the floor. So its whole form doesn't collapse. Part of it is some sort of incorporeal being, but you see some of the ice shards and some of the snow melting and dripping onto the floor as it kind of fades away.
did Terry actually kill the monster? That's amazing.
Go, Terry.
Go, Terry.
And you thought the robot was the important one.
Well, the robot saved
man.
my life, so the robot is like objectively more important to me, but Terry is also pretty amazing.
Never fucked with a woman scorned. She got her date killed. She wanted to murder somebody. She murdered the person that killed her date.
You're the one responsible for all the fucking ice puns.
Ice. See what you did there.
Yeah.
All right, Devlin's gonna charge Ella.
Well,
How?
I was kidding.
Okay.
Well, bring it on, big boy. I'm
It was
down.
just punishment for the bad puns. All right, Devlin is going to take a poke at Draven. Target number 12.
Yeah. You're gonna fail. Oh man. I get a 7.
Mm,
I can tie it, so I guess I'm gonna tie it. I get a 12.
All right, so double negative. And
Yes!
Black Joker is
Yes.
Yes!
ridiculous.
You have no power here.
He's gonna do it again. He's super pissed.
No, he's not. 17.
No, he's
Bitch.
not. He's not. Oh, that went poorly. Okay, fine. I see how this is gonna be.
Hey, I'm involved with combat. I'm always lucky.
It's true. All right, back to Alex.
all right. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Now. I'm gonna wrench him.
Wrench away.
Flippy flip.
Target number 11.
I lost my wrench. Hold on.
You lost your wrench.
Found it. 13.
13.
Yep.
All right, with a negative.
With negative in. Ooh. Okay, that's only 2.
2.
Yep.
Okay, again. Target number 11.
8, 9, 10. 11 exact.
Double neg. Everybody draw a card.
Wrong card. Do I hit the reshuffle or did you?
You can just hit the 3 and it'll flip the cards.
Oh, okay.
It'll shuffle automatically.
Oh! That's still a 2.
Sweet.
Alright. Robot's got nothing because I didn't tell it to do anything.
All right.
Next turn, however.
Back to Draven, who's still on his feet. To my utter disappointment.
So start of my turn, Spoopy's gonna teleport within 3 inches or 3 yards. Like it just does that creepy movie flicker, like grainy photo. Flickers,
The TV
reappears there.
static.
Yeah. How do I disengage again?
He takes a melee attack. If he misses, you can just walk away.
Does it deal damage?
No.
All right, I'm gonna try to get out of there, and I'll get a 15.
You need a 12. That's good.
Let's see, is it Shift 5 or Control 5? Control 5. All right, I'm gonna go over here. Fuck all the way off. I'm not gonna be in the wall, but so that's 1 AP. Second AP, Order the Ghost, I guess.
Okay.
Order Spoopy. Yeah.
Spoopy gonna spoop.
Spoopy's gonna drift there. And just creepy reappear in front of his face, and that is it for me.
Right. Can you just turn that aura off for me?
Yep.
Back to Spicer.
So effective, guys.
How high is the number of people in the train card?
None left.
Okay.
They finally got the message. Big monster
Even-
dangerous.
Even if I shoot him point blank with a pistol now, there's a risk of hitting Alex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just gonna go out of range and wait. It's sad, but honestly, I don't want to. The one guy who just like helped me not die. I don't want to shoot him in the face by accident.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Although actually, I have the garrote wire. If I can I get around? No, probably not.
You'd have to equip it.
Yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, I mean, I might just in case like the combat continues more. I doubt it, but I'll
remember,
do it anyway.
if you shoot into melee into the engagement, you can cheat those flips. So if you have cards, you can make sure you hit the right target. It's like as long as you have the right cards.
I do not.
Okay.
So, yeah, better not.
All right.
That's me.
All right. Back to Ella.
Well, I think. Where is Draven's right beside me, right? No, that's not what I want.
Don't attack me, please.
Where is who I'm supposed to be attacking? I lost him.
He's got the guild lawyer mask on. Devlin.
Okay. I've got nothing to do. Yeah, nothing to do.
Cast magic and fail to get a card.
Sure, let's do that. I'm going to cast an illusion on the other side of him, of me going boom. Oh no! I'm going to cast the illusion of the first person that we saw die, which is
Oh,
going to
cool. Sorry,
piss
that was unintentional.
off my girl here as well, and maybe scare Devlin in the process. So, like, right behind him, between Spoopy, Alex, and whoever's up here in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going
What
to
do you
create
need
that image there.
What do you need to flip to get that? Something of tomes.
I'm looking at it right now. 10.
10 of tomes specifically. Okay.
One flip, right?
Yep.
There
Power
you
10
go.
out of tomes. Draw a card.
Yeah. And I'm going to command her to go stabby. Can she charge?
She can't charge because she can't walk through you, but she should be able to walk around you and still hit him. What's her walk? Yeah, almost certainly.
It is. I don't know. Walk 5.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so she can just barely make it.
Sweet. Shanky.
Target number 11.
12 plus 5.
She's so lucky.
And then it is a negative flip or a positive flip?
Straight.
Straight flip. 8, which is 1.
And a poison?
Yes, and a point of poison.
All right. Devlin's going to go. What the hell is he going to do?
Sherry's been
Concede.
quiet. Jesus.
Definitely
Run,
concede.
boy.
You're going to concede, yeah. I mean, there's still a chance. Most of you guys are pretty low health.
Yeah, that's true.
I could one-shot a bunch of you and turn this
Yeah.
around.
There's always that interview.
He's just going to stop and say, you know what? I'm in the mood for an interview now. Let's do that. All right. He's going to take a swipe at
Let her
Alex
die.
first. Target number 12.
Too many
Fuck
panels.
you and your robot.
Flip. 9.
Eaton?
Yes.
All right.
Up to 14.
Let's do it again.
Flip. Much better. That's a 12.
That's a tie.
Oh dear. I don't have anything better than that.
Okay.
Oh,
That is 2 and slow.
I'm not dead yet, but it hurts.
Back to you.
Maybe I should have stayed in his face.
You are pretty dodgy, but I think you were down to like 1 health, though, right?
I'm at 1 health. But I'm also lucky.
True.
1 action point. I don't like this. Toolkit, save me.
Bring it home, toolkit. It's going to be the game of the NPCs.
Yeah, I don't think I need to worry about their range on this one, so he's just gonna go up there. But before he moves, because I just realized it.
0.
Yep.
Which one are you taking?
I'm gonna go for the on hit, not damage. So plus to hitting him.
Okay.
Flippy
Target
flip.
number 11.
I'll take that.
Thank
That's a
God.
15.
With a negative?
Negative to the damage.
Yep. 15 on an 11.
Negative on damage would be, well, that's 1.
Okay. Again?
I gotta dig up the page because I accidentally closed the book.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I was looking at the wrong wounds total. So, at that, Devlin is going to finally decide that he had enough here.
Robot came up, stabbed him in the ankle. He's like, you know what?
That's more fun. Yeah. So with that, he is going to run as fast as he can towards the door. He's going to
Robot,
open,
sick him.
and you feel the cold air of the outside start seeping into the train car as it's just now getting to the point where it's not quite stopped, but it's slowed down sufficiently that it seems like you could potentially survive jumping out. He's gonna open the door and he's gonna turn back and look at you and he's gonna yell out, "December will have his due," and then he's gonna jump off into the night.
Would Terry have gotten a smack on him before he left her threat range?
Like all of us could have.
Toolkit, Terry, Spoopy.
No, I'm gonna say no.
He uses leap.
Otherwise, he would have probably been dismembered 7 ways to Sunday.
Well, it's not clear how it's supposed to work. It was one of the things.
It's just like a dramatic exit. Yeah, makes sense.
But and the thing is that it says he runs away if you reduce him to 0 health, but you don't KO him. The problem is those two things are impossible. If he goes to 0 health, he should be KO'd. So there's no. But they wrote this whole thing for him to jump off the train. So I'm interpreting that to mean that once he gets down to that point, he immediately drops everything and runs, and you're not able to get to him fast enough for him to jump off. I'll say if you charged at him, he would not have said his dramatic goodbye, or he'll say his dramatic goodbye as he's floating off into the night. He won't turn and stop. But he slips away anyway.
I'm gonna send Spooky after him.
Yeah.
Just gonna drift after him until forever.
And keep attacking him for 0 damage or not attacking him, I guess.
He's just gonna haunt him. Like he can't do anything to him.
Yeah, so I don't know,
was
that's a little weird. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but that's how it's going to work because it's more dramatic and I like it.
I guess I'm gonna walk over and pick up my pile of photographs.
Okay.
Look at this photograph.
Is that a Canadianism? Because I don't know what that reference was, and you guys were both like on it.
Oh, what a great Canadian band.
Would someone please send that photo, like the look at this photograph meme in the chat, please?
I don't know if I have the
Is it a
meme
meme?
saved.
That's hilarious.
Let's see if I can find it.
There's also one like look at this graph and like everything that rhymes with photographs.
I've never seen any of these memes. That's so funny.
It's a whole song. It's awesome. You should go listen to some Nickelback. It's good music.
Oh, that's why I don't know it.
Please
Yeah,
don't.
I'll pass.
Every time I look at it, it makes me laugh. If I sing one more line, you'll probably get hit with a disclaimer.
All right, so Mr. Beecham is just cowering in the corner at this point behind his 2 ice pillar bodyguards. And otherwise, there's a dead
Can I
silence.
go Sweet Cheeks and maybe melt some of that ice to hopefully save him? Just give him a big...
How would you like to try
him? Just a big hug.
Sure,
Sorry,
yeah.
Sweet Cheeks. Give him a pat on the frozen buttocks and walk away.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Beecham, come on, get up and be a big boy. We figured out it was your buddy. Time to pay. Thank you.
He's gonna kind of try to straighten himself out. He's gonna kind of shake off. He looks over the 2 bodyguards and kind of shudders, but then he tries to look away from them and compose himself.
Look right here at that point to the center of my chest. It's okay.
I'm gonna take a photo of him shuddering.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, look right here, focus right here, and we'll get through this. come on, and I'll walk him away from the bodies.
He's going to look around at the now empty train car. There's no way that word isn't going to get out. I'm going to be ruined after this.
Spicer, like, is still croaking from kind of having almost been eviscerated. Says, a whole story from the beginning, please. We can help, maybe.
I can help. As a matter of fact, if you'll give me that interview now,
We have the power of the press.
I have the power of the press, and maybe I can spin this in your favor for a fee, of course.
Give me one last target number 7 convince check with a plus.
So at the end of that thing, do we discard and draw?
Yeah.
Where was this when I needed it?
Okay. I get a 10.
Yeah, I've never seen that meme before, by the way. All right. So he's going to look at you kind of dejected, but as you're saying that, you see him kind of working it over in his mind. Yeah, that might be a good idea, actually. And he kind of nods in your direction.
I wore him down. Hashtag tenacity.
You waited until he was desperate and his whole life was ruined, and you're like, "I'll throw you a bone," but you gotta.
Hold up. So to be fair, that is literally what a resurrectionist is supposed to do.
Yeah.
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 What are necromancers but really late doctors?
Exactly.
All right. He's then gonna fish around in his pocket for a minute, and he's gonna pull out 20 script, and he's gonna hand it to whoever is closest to him. I guess Ella.
Me. Oh.
Ella's like escorting him at this point. They're like touching.
Oh my.
Straight into the cleavage pocket. Gone.
I'm gonna stare at her. Excuse you.
He's gonna as you take it, he's gonna say, "This is for all of you." Okay. And as
Yep. It will get me there. Don't worry.
Uh-huh.
We'll take him out of the cart and we'll go get him a seat and a drink and get him calmed down. Get the interview going and get the car cleaned or the passengers re-riled up. Or sorry, like relaxed out. Sorry, not riled up. Wrong words.
You don't want that.
All right. Does anybody else have anything else to add?
I think, like, even though he, like, his he's like pretty bloodied up, he still kind of like crawls back to the rich kids table and just drinks like champagne for the rest of the run. Like,
I was going to ask, is there any champagne left? Because I'm trying to throw back a glass.
Nothing like thinning your blood out when you're bleeding out.
I have one more thing to do.
Good.
Doctor's orders, don't die. That's all, as I fall over.
I'm gonna cover the guards in sheets.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
And what did you say, Aimless?
Don't die. Doctor's orders, and then I'm going to fall over.
I think at that
All
point
right.
I will help him up, but yeah.
All right, and then I think the last thing that's going to happen here is Terry is going to go walk over to Mr. Beecham, and as you guys are getting settled in and getting ready to start your interview, she's going to look at him and say, "Are you busy next Saturday?" And that's where we'll leave it for.
It's amazing.
Well done. Well done.
How long were you hanging on to that?
I thought of that 10 seconds ago. I'm not gonna lie, that was all improv right there. Huge shout out to the Extremely Cool Kids tier on Patreon, the Steam Powered Scoundrels, Dogmatize, and Black Ops Gladiator Games. Thanks for watching.